Balls Out.
What?
Balls Out. Sports Talk Radio. Guys, let it all hang out.
Oh, don't tease me.
And talk about sports and more. Podcasts are available on iTunes, so come join the guys and let it all hang out.
What's his name? Williams, the closer? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Can't stand him.
Really?
Put him on a float and push him right in the middle of the ocean with sharks circling.
Shoot a burning arrow that lights his raft on fire.
Yes. I like everything you just said. How do you do? Welcome to Balls Out Sports Talk. Not many in the studio today. It would be Bench and Elijah. That's it.
How about that? Where's the youngest?
Late to work.
Oh.
Late to work.
Was up late last night?
I'm assuming. But you know what's crazy about him? He'll set his phone alarm. Okay, let's say he has to. Let's say, what time would you get up knowing that traffic's going to be bad and what have you? If you have to be somewhere at 8 o'clock and you have to deal with traffic, what time would you get up? I mean, literally get up and get out of bed and start getting ready.
Probably like 6:30, 7 at the latest.
So he has his alarm. Let's say this is when he's driving to school.
Yeah.
Okay. So he has the alarm set for around 6:20. Okay, for about 6:20, and the thing, we just hear it, just going on, and you would think after about like 3-4 of those annoying sounds, you would hit the snooze on it or throw it against a wall.
Yeah.
Right. We're talking 30 minutes. This thing is and it's right near him, right? So, again, you said 6:30. You're getting ready. You're leaving the house at what time? This is about a 20-minute drive, I would say.
7:15-ish.
Latest, right?
Because I'm early.
Yeah. Oh, I always want to be early.
Yeah.
He is at 7:15 when you're actually driving out. We're saying, hey, knucklehead, I don't know. Maybe get up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm up. Well, you're awake, but you're not up.
Yeah.
So then there's the scramble of making lunch, that he's trying to get some lunch for later, and all his books, and it drives me crazy. Well, this morning, the alarm goes off, and it's around 6:20. Well, you're not going to school, right? He left it on, right? So it goes on and on and on. And the wife has told me, look, just leave him alone. Don't yell at him because it's annoying. That sounds annoying.
Yeah.
Just let it be. And I'm like, God. So guess what time the boy for 8 o'clock work came downstairs?
7:45.
That'd be awesome. For 8 o'clock, he was downstairs at 8:06.
Well, kind of missed it by then. Might as well call in.
It drives me nuts, right?
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. I mean, I'm not that person, and I can't
Yeah.
stand that in other people. I just get your stuff together and get going, and it just infuriates me, So that's why he's not here. I'm
not a snoozer at all. Like, my alarm goes off one time, I have to shut it off right away and be up.
I'll ask you this question. You know me now.
Yeah.
Do you think in the last 15 years I've ever had an alarm go off?
No, because you're up at 3 a.m. anyways.
This morning I was up at 3:09.
Nice.
3:09. And it's over for me.
Yeah.
It's over, right? And
Can't
I'm
fall back
frustrated. No,
asleep.
it's done.
Yeah.
So what do you do now? Well, I read, try to not bother her. So I'm reading. And then when you go through all of that stuff, then there's not much you can do after that, right? Except lay there and contemplate how to kill yourself because this is no way to live, right? So I'm beyond frustrated. Well, then I go to YouTube and it has to be almost on silence, right? So I'm watching specific videos that I'm interested in, right? Sports-wise and what have you. And laying there. And I look over now. It's 6 o'clock. And I'm like, holy smokes. How did I just blow 3 hours reading and on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
But I did it. Well, so now it is a Saturday. By the way, it's Saturday morning show.
How about that?
And she doesn't work, and I don't want to wake her because then it turns into Linda Blair in The Exorcist with the head spinning around.
Oh, okay.
And you don't want to wake up that giant. You know what I mean? So I'm fear for my own life here, right? Because God, if I wake her up. So I tiptoe downstairs, take care of the dogs. I go, come on, guys, just be quiet, going down the stairs. They come down, take care of them, this and that. Well, all of a sudden I turn around and there she is, right? And I say to her, hey, what time's the boy have to go to work? She goes, I'm not sure. I said, well, it is 8:03. And if he started at 8, well, he's late. And if it's 8:30, he's still going to be late, you know? So she scrambled up, and in 3 minutes, the kid was down, and he looked disheveled, just disheveled. And before I could say, and he goes, it's okay, Dad. They give you a 10-minute grace. I said, well, it's 8:06.
You have 4 minutes left on that grace.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was my morning, and just fantastic. I hate, and I've told him, and you'll get this as a parent, you'll get this, and you'll say, look, don't be a last minute person in anything in life. Anything. Like homework, cleaning your room, getting ready for something. Don't be that last minute person because you will get into that rut. You will get into that habit of, I used to be at work 20 minutes before I started.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Well, there could be traffic issues. There could be anything, right? Anything could happen, right? So I just said 20 minutes before I had to clock in, and that's the way I lived my life, you know? But, man, this kid is at the last possible second, and I've been told to leave it alone. Well, I'm not sure how much longer.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, at some point, you know, maybe it comes back to bite him, and then he has the realization for himself.
Well, this bit him.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
Like, here's the other thing. Do you remember when you were a little younger, you were able to stay up all night and then get up in the morning? Like, it was, I'm not going to say it wasn't rough, but it was a little rough, but you were able to manage because you were younger, right?
Yeah.
Well, then you hit a certain age where, man, you
Right
can't.
about now.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You can't. Well, the other thing you would do when you got up in the morning because you stayed up late, it doesn't mean you went and party with your buddies. Just like, oh, watch the show with the wife and what have you, and then went a little later than you wanted. And next thing in the morning, the first thought that popped in my head in the morning, you know what it was? Well, tonight I'm going to bed around 7.
Yeah.
Right?
That was me last night.
Yeah.
That's
And
why I didn't respond to your text.
Oh,
At like 8,
yeah.
8:20 something.
Oh, I didn't. Was it that? I didn't even know. I thought it was this morning you text.
That's why I'm saying I didn't respond last night because I was
Oh,
already
oh.
like in bed.
Yeah. So I did hear him. So I'm assuming he was on his phone with his buddies, you know, whatever it was, and then I just finally fell asleep, and it's just, man, to be young
Yeah.
and waste yourself. Yeah.
What
that
are we
was
gonna
it.
throw on here? Golf or NBA?
You tell him no.
No. You don't
Yeah.
see Giannis?
Yeah, you're out of your freaking mind. Unless that's what you want. I mean, I'm totally 3,000% against it. So, suck it to Neko vacuums. I'm not going to go through the whole litany of why. You guys know. Suck at Android phones. If I can take all the Android phones in the world, just take it and collect it and put it. There's this machine. It's unbelievable. They take these massive drums and it's these things. And their claws on it, and they go the
Yeah.
opposite way. It will take a car
Yeah.
and reduce it to nothing, right?
Yeah.
But I can do that with all Android phones. Do you understand? Suck at Jersey Mike's, even though last week
Had a
Coma,
great sandwich from there.
yeah, Coma, It's the pricing system, not the sandwich. Beatles, you're not a rock band. You're a pop, ridiculous boy band. Suck It, Heirloom. And what's crazy is my daughter, she came to the house the other day. I wasn't here. I was at the club. And was throwing something away after I got home. And I noticed that there was an Heirloom bag that she had gone to Heirloom for a takeout of some sort.
She left you some?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying it was
Oh,
the bag was in a garbage,
Yeah.
but no. I really don't want it.
good food.
But you know, what is that? Limelight?
Yeah.
Great food, right?
Yeah.
Somebody, are you the one that told me that they have what is it called? Something in surf and that appetizer? It's like the tri-tip with the
Surf
shrimp.
and turf?
What is it called?
Surf and turf?
Yeah.
At Heirloom?
Are you the one that told me they have it there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you know who else told us? Box told me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he ended up telling me that. He goes, "Oh, it's so good. It's almost like Limelight." I'm like, "Oh, come on."
It's a bold
Never
comparison.
tried it over there, obviously.
Yeah,
but-
I haven't tried it at Limelight either.
No, I've tried it at Limelight.
Oh,
He
okay,
says it's
okay.
almost as good as Limelight. And I'm like, I'm gonna find a hard one. Honestly, if I could have ordered 4 of those that night,
From Heirloom?
no,
At
from
Limelight.
Limelight as my dinner,
Yeah.
I would have done it.
Yeah.
So good.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love a good surf and turf.
yeah.
Little fried rice.
I don't think
or
it
not
came
for the
with it.
Limelight one.
No.
With Heirloom, I think they give you
Yeah.
the fried
Yeah, to
rice.
hide the taste of the other crap. Yeah. No, this stands on its own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Suck at Fox Rent-A-Car. Great prices, shit people. Fox Rent-A-Car. I need to rent a car for this summer. Oh, boy.
Well, you got time.
I think I do. I hope
Well,
the
when are you
prices
going?
haven't gone
July,
up.
August?
June.
Oh, no, you're going to need to get on
Yeah, I
this.
should get on that today.
Yeah.
Good reminder.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fox Rent-A-Car.
Go ahead. I'll let you go. Finish.
Suck at Ohio State.
Yeah, you hate them.
Haven't seen them win anything lately.
Right.
Yeah.
Suck it. Is the entire family going? Like your parents?
Yeah, it's my dad's side of the family, like family reunion deal.
So
we
why
do it
wouldn't
every
you-
2 to 3 years.
Why wouldn't you get a big vehicle and have everybody like?
We thought about like it'd have to be like the 8 or 9 seat passenger van type deal.
Wait,
'Cause
she's going also?
my family. So yeah, my sister,
Okay.
1B, both my kids.
Your
so
parents.
parents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
Gotcha.
there's a total of like 8 or 9.
You would need a van like you drive to go to
Yeah.
this baseball set. That's
exactly.
not gonna work.
Yeah.
All
So
the,
we
like-
thought about doing that, but it was more like every time when we go on these trips and there's, all the different families are there and, some people want to go do one thing, other people want to go do another. And so it's nice to have an
You're not
extra
driving
vehicle.
there.
No, flying in.
Flying there and just
to-
gonna rent over there.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I like that separate. You guys, today after about 3 days, you're gonna hate each other
Oh, yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
So you don't want to be in a car going to breakfast together.
No, it'll be fine. We've got my family has a separate cabin, so like just me, wife, and the kids
Yeah.
will have our own thing. My parents' sister will have
Yeah.
another one, so it'll be enough.
Wait a minute.
Right?
Your sister and your parents in the same one?
Yeah, and 1B.
In
yeah.
1B?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna pray for all of them.
yeah.
Yes.
It'll be fine. What could go wrong? There's a place to bury a body,
That's right.
probably out there.
Oh yeah. They probably already dug the hole for you guys.
Yeah, there's a lake.
Yes. Yeah.
Won't find a body in there.
Oh. Not one.
No.
Hundreds. Hundreds.
Shout out Condog for the openers.
Thank you.
Gave me another good list this
Yep.
week. Our top 5 this week.
A little different.
Yeah. Top 5 things that you would make the other person give up for all of their teams to win a championship. So it's like a full calendar year sweep.
So for
Like-
me, it would be Montreal winning Stanley Cup,
Yeah.
the Yankees winning World Series, the
Yep.
Celtics winning the NBA championship, and this is funny, the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. That was funny.
That was
Um,
all
that was-
hypothetical.
yeah. That one was funny. So then, if I say that would be my Mount Rushmore. Like that's the
Those are the big 4. Yeah.
right. Bench wouldn't allow that to happen, but then 5 things I would have to give up that he would have to pick for my happiness.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and I would do the same for him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine would be
I think yours would
the
be more brutal.
A's, Cardinals, Sharks, and Warriors.
Yeah.
would be
I
number 4.
think what you would have to give up would be a lot more brutal when I mention the top 5 for you.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Story time. A lot of story time this week.
You want to start it?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess earlier in the week finished up that spring break tournament that we were in. So we were 2-0 after our first 2 games over 2 bigger schools, better schools, like
Yeah.
big wins.
Yeah,
Big wins
huge.
for us. We played Monday, our last game of like the kind of round robin you do in your pool, and then we had whatever game came to us on Tuesday, depending on where we placed. We had already clinched our spot in the championship game following those first 2 because of how the matchups all worked out. We had beaten the other 2 teams that had a win or could have gone instead of us, so we had the tiebreaker. So Monday we came out 9:30 a.m. in the morning game, so
Whoa.
different time, but when it's only one field, they have to go like 9:30, noon,
Yeah.
3, and 6, or like
Yeah.
how they schedule it. And so the
Man,
first
I think I
2,
would have taken noon.
we had lucked out a little and gotten like a 3 p.m., which is our normal game
Yeah.
time, so it wasn't anything different. But yeah, for this one on Monday, we had to be at the school at like 7:30. So I mean, high school kids, we just talked about youngest. I
Yeah.
mean, they're not
They're not going
they're
to
not
be.
up. Even
No.
if that's when they start school, they're not there.
Yeah, and the thing is, excuse me, the thing is, your kids will be more asleep than the other high school kids because you're coaching this group. You know what I mean? That's the bad luck you'll have. The
Yeah.
other team, they're high school kids, yeah, and they probably didn't pay attention and go to bed early. But your kids are worse human beings and did worse things, and it's going to cost you.
Yeah. So we go into the game on Monday, and we were playing technically like the worst team in the tournament. Like they were 5-10, I think, on the year. They hadn't won either of their games in the tournament so far. And
You guys made them look like the 27 Yankees.
oh my gosh, we made this pitcher look like Cy Young himself.
Yeah.
And he was decent. Like I'm not gonna say he was bad, but like
You've hit better.
no
You've hit
better than the other 2 teams that we had already
Yeah.
beaten. And yeah, we ended up losing 10-3
Holy
after a 9-run third inning.
that 9-run third innings will hurt you.
And the first 2 innings, our starting pitcher went 1-2-3, 1-2-3.
Yeah.
And their lineup, we didn't have scouting report, but I looked up like the numbers. Top 3 guys, all hitters. So like, you know, above 350 averages, good pop, good speed. Like those are the guys that like we got to get those guys out, and then
Mhm.
the rest of it we should be okay. So he gets those 3 out, 1, 2, 3 on like 8 pitches. No big deal. Just lets him put it in play. We make the plays. All good.
Discard them like rubbish.
Yeah, exactly. Get out of here. The next 3, same type of thing. Quick
Yeah.
inning, 10 pitches, just cruising.
So that's 6 batters.
Yep.
Now you got the bottom, which is, look, we're just gonna put kids out there because
One
we
kid,
need.
I think the 8 hitter had 6 ABs all year.
Yeah, I mean, and
Other
all you're
kid-
doing is throwing BBs down the middle,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Just throw strikes.
yeah.
So what do we do third inning?
Can I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
So, just kind of encompassing what may have happened. So he hits batters, he walks batters, errors, and the pitcher's looking at you. Please shoot me here. I want off the mound.
I think it started off with the 7-8 hitters walk. And then the 9 hitter gets a single because we fall behind the count. I'm calling pitches. I've got to call a fastball down the middle because we need to throw a strike, you know.
Yeah, we don't want to keep walking.
3-1 or 3-2 count, whatever
Yeah.
it was. So a hit there. Then it gets back to the top of the order. Now you got the guys that can bang a little bit.
Yeah,
Probably.
and they've already seen him.
Hard single, double, whatever. And it just spiraled. Another
Snowballed.
walk, probably
Yeah.
hit by pitch, whatever. Like,
What's the score before you take him out?
that's a good question. I
Because
don't
there was
remember.
9 runs.
It was 9 runs in that inning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he.
Is it 3?
He
Is it
probably
4?
gave up 4 to 5.
All right.
And it like we've never had a problem if like he's throwing strikes and they're hitting it. Like,
That's
it is
fine.
what it is.
Yeah.
Like you're doing your job.
I
out
know, but
there.
if he's walking guys, I would have
Yeah.
yanked him earlier.
I think once he got to like 4 walks, that's when we were like, all right. And like one of those walks being on like 4 pitches. Like,
Yeah,
wasn't
and the
even
thing is,
gonna
like,
be-
if he walks somebody and he still has control, and the umpire
yeah,
squeezed him,
Yeah.
you know, I don't take him out. He still has command, and he looks confident
Yeah.
up there, you know.
no, yeah, like balls in the dirt, yeah, balls missing way up, and yeah,
Well, not even close to where you're calling it.
exactly. So we bring in another kid who has been kind of like the mop up. He's the lefty who doesn't speak English,
Beautiful.
and he's been kind of demoted to like a mop up type role. And so we're like, all right, well, we're not going to burn more pitchers because we have the championship game tomorrow night. So we'll just throw him in there. Gets a guy out, and then, you know, walks, hits, whatever else. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Before you know it's 9 runs. And then by then, score was 9-1. And, you know, just finished out the rest of the game. No offense, no nothing. No compete, bad approach, swinging at pitches that are up, all that. So,
Can I ask, did anybody, coaching staff, after the game, or even during the game, say, this is why when we tell you guys you have an early game, go to bed early, you know, get some nutrition in you before you come out here, be ready to go, because we will be better prepared than them, because they're going to be the ones that aren't doing the right things, and we can jump all over them.
yeah.
Did any of the coaches say that to them? Or does it even matter because they're all
I don't know if we said that explicitly, but it's
something to that?
something to the point
Yeah.
of like you have to show up for every game and be prepared no
Yeah.
matter what time the game is.
Right.
And like,
Yeah.
yeah. Even though this team was not good on paper, they're playing for something. They're
Yeah.
playing for pride, and
Yeah.
they're not having a great year. They're
Yeah.
going to be pissed off.
This
And-
is their World Series.
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
they threw their best guy against us because they want to win. And like that's
Dude,
what happens.
Like the coaching, there's especially in this age group, there's so many highs, but man, the lows just
that's been our season.
overwhelm the
Yeah.
highs, man.
Yeah.
They just overwhelm, because you'll remember nice wins,
Yeah.
but you will never forget the bad losses.
Yeah. That's where we've been this year. It's just the inconsistency, you know? It's like they play to the level of their competition, and it's like I don't know how do you mentally break them out of that? Like how do you get them to treat every game like it is?
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
It always, for me, it always was finding at least 2 guys on the team that you knew could motivate the other guys.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that they were coaching the other guys,
Yeah.
but they led by example,
yeah.
you know, and that helped with coaching, because they then, after you just rip into them, you walk away as coaches and you know those guys are going to get up now. And they're always the bigger guys anyways, right? I mean, they're guys that really think they have a chance with this, and like playing college ball. And they have aspirations for maybe I can get drafted, you know, type of thing. You know, they want this so badly, right? And you can hear when you're walking away,
Yeah.
they are mothering
Yeah.
these guys, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be there when that's happening.
Yeah.
I want that to be a private thing with them. And you can tell if some guy is just rolling his eye, and one of the guys just screaming, goes, "You're the freaking problem, you know, this is why, blah, blah, blah. These coaches are busting their butts out of here, and you guys come out here." And I'm just smiling, because the next practice,
Yeah.
I swear you can hear a pin drop, because everybody's working their tail. There is no fooling around. There's not, you know, because I like a light practice. You've seen it. I like guys having fun. But
Yeah.
man, if you're gonna screw up that, I don't care about losing. You've heard me say that.
Yeah.
I don't care about losing. I care how you lost.
Yep. Yeah. We've reiterated that a lot this year.
You can lose, and you can lose. You can literally lose 7-1 and play an unbelievable game.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Yeah.
And my pitchers were great.
Yeah.
Things happen, and I don't care,
Yeah.
right? But man, oh man, I even take a 3-2 win, and I want to light you all up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. But you got to find a couple of guys early, and you can see them, and you know who they are, and then you kind of lean on them, and then they know they got the message, right? And then they do the work for you.
Yeah. Yeah, as you were saying that, I was just thinking, man, we don't have any kids over about 5'8", 140 pounds.
No, but the problem with that, I mean, the solution on that is they're as big, if not bigger than the other guys, though,
Yeah.
right? But they have the heart. It's the heart you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think any of our seniors this year have that. And it's
Yeah.
like that's their role that they kind of need to take. And then you have the juniors that have all been there for like 3 years, but they might be, you know, like, well, it's not
My place.
It's not my team
time
yet.
and my place,
Like, there
right.
are the seniors. We respect them. Like, they've worked just as hard for however long.
Yeah, but you know what?
They're
Sometimes
not the vocal.
sometimes it's the best players, and they
Yeah.
could be sophomores.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? They just have that. But, you know, you also have a quiet leadership. And you know what that quiet leadership is? They don't engage in the poop going on. They're out there hustling. They're out there raking. No one has to tell them. Nobody has to. And they get the job done, right? And
Yeah.
then that's the kind of quiet leadership also. But I like the vocal guy.
Yeah.
I like the guy that is going to destroy people. Can you imagine Haas? As big as he was, right?
Yeah.
And as hard as he was working at it. And he had guys that he is killing himself on the mound. And these guys behind him are just mucking it up behind him. Can you imagine after post game the coaches give their speech and you instilled some leadership in this guy? How many heads he's just ripping off of bodies?
Yeah.
You know, just grabbing it, go, rah! And that's the kind of guy you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I would want.
So we lose that one. Didn't matter. We were still in the championship the next day. Now, problem with how the whole scheduling worked out was they played 3 games in the morning for the other teams. Then they do this like skills competition thing. Well, that takes place right before the championship game. So we have to get there extra early for that and then sit around for a while.
Tighten up.
And then get loose
Get
and like get ready
lazy.
for a championship game. So the team we were facing going into it, like very slim chance that we're going to win this game. This team is like 8 or 9 seniors,
Loaded.
4 pitchers that throw, 80 plus, all command their pitches. Like they're a solid team. They're going to be 2 divisions higher than us when playoffs come around. I think they've lost twice all year. Like just good team. And first couple innings, we're right there with them. We have our guy on the mound that is our best guy. We were able to save him for that game. We did what we do on offense. We get a guy on. We do some bunts, and they're a little rattled. Like they haven't faced a team that's going to do that to them.
Small ball.
And you can see
Yeah.
the miscommunication, the
Yeah.
confusion, the like, where am I supposed to be when this happens?
Yeah.
Who's covering
Who's
what?
covering, right?
The guy on second, third baseman's looking over like, what, do I go in? Like what? So we're right there with them. I think it's a 2-1 ball game in the 3rd inning. And then third and 4th inning, the wheels start to come off a bit, partially due to the umpire and just some brutal, like, in my opinion, brutal misses. And they just happen to be
Strike zone?
Yes.
Oh,
in,
not
like,
at the bag.
No.
Okay.
Just really critical spots where it was
Mhm.
like, dude, that completely changed how this was going. And so 4th inning in particular, they get a couple hits, ends up being bases loaded with 2 outs. And this kid's working a count at the plate. I had called pretty much everything I've got. He's fouling things off. Gets to a 3-2 count. And I'm like, all right, he's going to be looking fastball. Like he's going to be looking something straight,
Yeah.
change up, whatever.
How many on did you say?
Bases loaded, 2 outs. And it's still
a
like
game.
5
Still a game.
5-2, 5-1, something like that. So it's still close. I call a 3-2 curveball, and
Hung.
pitcher executes it perfectly. Inside part of the plate, kid's frozen. Like not even not even like an attempt at like a check swing, anything, like
Ball
just
4.
watched it. They call ball 4. And I mean, my catcher just
Holds it.
stuck it, and it looked really good from where we're at.
Yeah.
I asked some people that I knew that were in the stands. They thought it looked really good. And he calls ball 4. So that walks in a run. Next guy up, double. Next guy up, single. Next thing you know, 5-run inning. And it was just like, dude, you just blew this thing wide open.
Now do you understand why I say you need a
Automated strikes.
yes. Do you understand it now?
At the high school level? Yeah. I don't know, but
But I mean that's the clear example of why
yeah.
I want it in,
just so it could be black and white, and you're like,
because you don't have to turn around and ask somebody in the stands
Yeah.
that you know what I mean?
yeah.
You don't have to.
My biggest thing with it is like, at the high school level, what are we trying to promote? Like in my head, and I know it's like kind of against what you're saying, but like expanding the strike zone with 2 strikes, like what do we teach hitters to do? We teach them to protect the zone with 2 strikes. Anything close, like don't leave it up to the umpire. And so
Right.
like as an umpire, you're rewarding them for not doing that and like not trying to foul
Well, you're
it
talking
off,
about you're talking about a close pitch. You're not talking about something.
Oh no, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not
so-
saying like how they do with like a 3-0 count where the strike zone becomes the entire both batters.
Well, I don't
box.
want the umpire. I don't want the umpire to call a strike just because it was sort of close and the batter didn't swing at it. I don't want that either. I want it where if it's a strike, it's a strike. But I will tell you this: I am 100% in agreement. If my batter was up there and he got fooled,
Mhm.
and it's pretty damn close, that umpire should ring him up.
Yeah,
Should ring him up.
that's what I
That's-
thought too. Just
right.
because like
Yeah.
that's what.
Now,
you're
if he's
trying
up
to
there
promote.
trying to walk,
Yeah,
that's on that whole staff.
yeah,
Right? The whole coaching staff, the batter, this and that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
You go up there and you battle, especially, hey, be a hero. Put a ball in play.
yeah,
Don't let the umpire make that call.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with all that.
That's a
But yeah.
cough. I'm dying.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
But yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah,
it was just
death.
a brutal miss, and then it just kind of spiraled after that.
Did
and-
you guys chirping?
Oh yeah.
Does he warn you guys? Does it get to that point of
No.
chirping?
I think he knew he missed it because he didn't tell us like that was this much inside,
Yeah.
like they normally would.
Yeah.
Like, because there are times where we'll ask and
Right.
he'll give us
Right.
like it was this or it was away or something.
You're asking your catcher too?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
And there were a lot of calls leading up to that, even before in the innings prior, where he sticks it and we ask, and the umpire says he's bringing his glove in.
Mhm.
And it's like, well, no, he's not. I'm watching the same thing you
Right.
are. He doesn't move it. He just
Right.
now he frames it, sure, but it's not like a
Swipe,
grab outside
swipe and
and,
wipe
and
it
then
back,
bring
yeah.
it a foot in.
Yeah.
Like I don't teach him to do that. I know he doesn't do that. Like if it's a high one, he'll get above it and
Bring the
bring it
wrist
down.
down. Right.
If it's outside, he works outside to in and brings like what he's supposed to do.
Right.
And he says he's moving the glove. It's like, well, the kid on the other team's doing the same thing. They're getting those calls they're getting.
Now, does the head coach ever go out there after because that's so egregious to me, and then and then I'd get so angry because then what it led to
Yeah.
that it would be such a boiling point for me that I
Yeah.
would eventually have to go out there and say,
Coach was definitely laying into the umpire.
Okay.
Not head coach, but coach.
Okay.
Was furious after that walk and then the next double
Right.
that scored 2 more. Yeah, coach was laying into him. And then our head coach called time and walked out to the mound after that. And umpire was just staring into our dugout the whole time. And it was like, you want to say sorry? Like,
Yeah.
tap your shoulder if you messed up. Like,
Yeah.
let us know. But
yeah,
he's just staring.
take the dong out and go, this is I don't deserve this.
So, yeah, coach was
Yeah.
not happy. But ended up final score 10-3. We scored 2 in the 7th when it didn't really matter, but at least the kids, didn't give up. They were fighting to the end. But no team had scored a run off of those guys the entire tournament. 3 games, they had shut everyone out.
Wow.
And we got 3 off.
Yeah.
Them, so a little silver lining,
Yeah.
I guess. But
Yeah, a little frustrating though.
Yeah.
That would piss me off. I'm not sure how it's okay. I'm not sure how I would handle a bench because you just screwed my pitcher,
Yeah.
my team,
Yeah.
and now another run scored.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that led to a double.
Yeah.
2 runs scored.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that's 3 runs on you, Blue.
Yeah.
That's on you, Blue.
And then another single that a couple more scored.
So now
yeah.
it's 5 runs, and now this is on you. At what point does Mount St. Helen happen to me? Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
And I don't know when it is. I think it's after that pitch.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. He has to pay for that umpire, and he has to give me a call back. And that's going to include me getting ejected. Am I wrong?
No. Like,
Do you understand what I'm saying? I have to now protect my pitcher with the next batter if there's something close.
mhm.
Because we're not going to throw it down Main Street
Yeah.
and then get a double hit off.
Yeah.
Okay, not that saying that's what happened to you, but
Yeah.
you are going to have to pay this verbally, and you're going to toss me, and I know. But for the love of God, I am going to get kicked out of this game for you to understand that was so effing egregious what
Yeah.
you just did.
Yeah. Yeah. It was tough.
You know.
And there's a history of at this tournament, the home team who hosts the tournament getting calls
When they give free
All
burgers
the way-
and stuff to the
to-
umpires.
to the point where like Onga, my buddy, who was listening to the show last week, he played in that tournament years back when he was in high school, and he said
Yeah.
the same type of thing. There was a play where a kid at
Oh, I
shortstop.
thought we were going to get that kid on.
I asked him this morning. He said he
Yeah.
was golfing at noon, so
Oh,
said it was going to be cutting it
Gotcha.
close.
Yeah.
There was a kid at shortstop who trapped a ball, like trapped it in the dirt.
Yeah.
Umpire called it and out, and they ended up turning a triple play to end the game off of it because all the runners went because they all saw it hit the ground.
Right.
So he was like, I went and talked to him after the game. He says, "You know, you're not going to get calls here, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, it's not not the best."
See, that's why instant replay would be fantastic.
Where's the budget at for that? You know,
Telling
what's
you.
our state spending money on other than high school
Hi-
replay and automated ball strikes?
But they're spending on a high-speed rail that
yeah,
is going nowhere.
true.
Yeah.
What means more?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that was earlier in the week, and then had a few days off of baseball, which was nice. They practiced yesterday, which I don't really know why Coach.
Yeah, I was
head
asking you
coach
about that. You
scheduled
said
that.
you didn't think it would happen.
I didn't think we would.
Yeah.
I thought we'd be back on Monday, but I
No.
think he probably just wanted him to play catch and hit a little
Mhm.
bit. But so I went out of town with the boys, minus the accountant.
Yep.
So Eldest and Golden Child.
I just want to thank you guys for inviting me.
yeah,
It really actually hurts.
we tried our darndest.
Yeah, I can see.
But
I know where I stand now.
Golden Child had a free round from his brother-in-law
Yeah.
at Black Horse and Bayonet, which
Yeah.
are 2 courses over like Monterey area.
How was the
And
weather?
Gorgeous.
Like-
it
like
was cloudy in the
like-
morning, but
yeah.
not cold.
Right.
Like it wasn't that.
So you
like-
can do the golf shirt.
I had like a undershirt,
You did, okay.
long sleeve with the polo, and then a
Pants?
little pullover. I wore pants. Yeah.
How about the eldest?
Uh,
Shorts or
he was
pants?
layered up.
Oh, you know
But
him.
yeah,
He's always
he's a
cold.
fragile.
Yeah, he really is.
A swift breeze will blow him
Oh,
away.
yes.
So yeah, we teed off at like 7:30 for the first round on the Black Horse course, which I guess they both had not played before, even though they've been there a few times. Because the past times they've been there, they were plugging greens or aerating or something.
Now,
So-
what did you guys play? Whites, blues, blacks, tips?
Eldest played blues both rounds.
Yeah.
Golden Child and I played combos, just because I don't know. We wanted to be kind of in the middle, I guess.
I don't understand combos. I'm sorry.
Combos means so each hole they'll denote which tees to play between whites and blues. So it's a mix of white.
Oh, you
white
guys
and blue.
denote it. You guys picked it.
No, the scorecard has it.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So it's like for instance I think the whites were like, 6,100
Okay.
yards or 6,000 yards. The blues are like 65, and
Yeah.
then the combos will meet in the middle somewhere.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like
Okay.
And since I'm hitting driver now, it's not as much of a hassle for me to go to blues every once in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's kind of what we decided on. First round we played, we didn't do a game or anything. Second round, Eldest wanted a game, of course, because he needs to get the competitive juices going. And so
He does need that. It's
was,
weird.
It, it was me and Golden Child against him,
Yeah.
and we got our strokes off of him.
Yeah.
And then I ended
So
up,
do a macro,
yeah.
and then I'm going to start asking questions. Do just an over. So
On the macro, we were all very consistent.
Okay.
Eldest shot 77 both rounds.
Okay. That's
Uh,
pretty darn good.
Yeah. Golden Child shot 90 the first round, 89 the second.
Oh, good.
I
Okay.
shot 105 the first round, 106 the second.
Okay.
So my second round on the front nine was my best stretch. I think I had a couple pars in there. Shot like a 48 on the front, and then on the back just absolutely fell apart. Probably fatigue and just, yeah.
Yeah.
And Eldest pointed some things out to me that I guess I just wasn't realizing on my drives where I was lining up and things like that.
Mhm.
He says, hey, I think the ball's a little too out in front of you.
Yeah.
Like it's outside your front toe. And I was like, I didn't realize that I was doing that. Next hole I go up, put it more like on my inner heel
Yeah.
and
Crush
absolutely
it.
crush it down.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, that might have been it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so yeah, overall, really great. Courses are pristine.
Did you guys eat there?
We did eat between rounds.
Yeah.
I got some.
Oh, what time was the second round?
12:30.
You finished what time the first round? 7. You said 7:15 you teed off?
Yeah.
7. I'm assuming not many out there?
No, not really.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming you finished around 9:30?
No, it was like 11.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, we didn't really we weren't in a hurry.
Yeah, that's true.
There was no one
Yeah.
in front of us,
Yeah,
no one
yeah.
behind us really.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying.
we
I
would
thought
take,
you guys were
we would hit our putts multiple times
Yeah.
just to see the greens, and
Yeah.
greens were funky. Like, I don't know if it was, we were trying to figure it out. Obviously in the morning it's going to be a little more damp, but then like the grain of the greens, I think had some type of effect, because there were putts where you were coming uphill, and so you try and hit it with a little more pace, and it would just scream by.
So you're
And
saying
then
the
others
sun
where they had kind of a downhill with a slope in the middle, and so they'd try and like get it to that slope and then have a breakdown. It would like get to the slope and just stop. And it's like we were trying to figure it out.
so the sun is rising and it's getting hotter, and then the grass is kind of
Well, I thought it was one of those things like how I've seen the round that I played in Hawaii, where the grain of the grass goes
Yeah.
towards the ocean.
right.
And so
Yeah.
typically going towards the ocean is going to have more pace to it.
Oh, was there any ocean in this, by the
Oh
way?
yeah, ocean
Everywhere?
in scene, yeah, the whole
Yeah.
time.
Oh, wow.
It'll break towards the ocean more, all that. And so I thought that had something to do with it, but it seemed to be inconsistent. Like some holes,
Yeah.
the ocean's over there.
How
and it
great
doesn't-
was the place manicured?
Really nice, yeah. Like fairways are like
Immaculate.
carpet. They're
Yeah.
not like pebble, I'm sure, but
Maybe they are. Okay, so let's get into the micro part of it.
Uh-huh.
He shot a 77
Mhm.
both days, and birdies involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he obviously had some bogeys.
He had a
Uh,
couple. Yeah, he had probably 2 doubles between
Okay.
both rounds.
Wow, that's crazy.
For him, which
Yeah.
he had a couple like where he found the sand and then like a bad sand shot and
Yeah.
then shot it over the green on the other sand
Oh.
shot. Like just kind
Well,
of.
were they not fluffy sand?
It was a mix. There were some that were more
Hard?
fluffy than others.
Yeah.
Some that were still wet because of the
Oh.
morning. I think
Yeah.
that were a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. But that's a pretty good score playing a course you haven't played.
yeah. And
Yeah.
honestly, he shot 77 on the second course, and the last 3-4 holes had the shanks, like stuff
Oh.
that the eldest does not do.
Yeah.
Like a par 3 on 17, where it went left.
Yeah.
Like other
But he
fairway
recouped.
left. Yeah, I think he ended up making a 4 on it still because he
Par 4.
par 3.
Oh, par 3. I'm
Like,
sorry.
Yeah, shank with an iron,
Gotcha.
like way
Okay.
out there,
Yeah.
and he was just lost. He was like,
Yeah.
so he's asking us to film his swing every time.
Mhm.
He's taking shots off the next tee box with irons just to like
Yeah.
feel it again.
Right.
So yeah, he was a little puzzled.
That is
towards the end.
a frustrating because I have a story
Okay.
Similar. Yeah.
Golden Child, he's been working on new stuff with his swing with one of his coworkers who was a college golfer at one point. I guess trying to change a lot of things as far as what type of swing he's taking, what type of ball flight he's getting, like all that. So he had some really amazing shots as well, and then other ones where it's like you can tell he's kind of between two swings.
He's fighting it.
Yeah, he's like going back to the old one, but then trying to do the new stuff. And so, yeah, a little inconsistent, but overall, I think that was better than what he had been doing. Like he said he hadn't been breaking 90 for a while.
And then to break it over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
How windy?
Morning was not that bad. Once the sun came out in the second round we were playing and it got like warm, but then like the wind picked up as well. So yeah, the back nine on the second round we played was pretty windy.
Okay, the reason why I'm asking that is, have you ever seen anybody hit the ball as far as the eldest, but also as high? He hits
with his irons and wedges.
Irons,
yeah, he can get it up there.
It's crazy how high he hits the ball.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening is when you hit it that high and it is windy and you're playing a number, you can literally see that ball just take off like an F-16, right? And then just start and then all of a sudden it just goes like this.
Yeah.
And then whichever direction the wind's going. So I was just wondering how that affected him, because man, if he can just bring it down just a hair. Because it's not a 80-yard shot. It's not a 90. I mean, he will take a 7-iron, and this freaking thing is catching the clouds.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
He had a drive yesterday into the wind that went like 300.
Oh my God.
Just right into it, just crushed it.
Yeah.
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 Caught a little bit of a downslope, but still like
I know.
300 is ridiculous.
Did he keep it low?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No.
And then
would you go again?
Oh yeah.
You loved it.
Yeah. Great courses, really nice. My game overall, driver is what I've been working on and what I've had some inconsistencies with. I started to find it a little bit early in the first round, like fourth or fifth hole.
Is this post him telling you?
No, this was just like, I mean, the things that I know that I need to do as far as like getting to my left side, getting my hands through. The hands is the biggest thing for me. Like if I can just get my hands through, it helps immensely so I don't get that big banana slice.
Right.
It was on like hole 5 or 6, downhill drive, and I absolutely just crushed it. And for me, like, I think the cart had the little measurement for it, and so it went like a little under 270. And for me, that's
good.
like,
you would take that.
Holy crap!
You
Like,
take that 11 out of 10 times.
I was downhill, obviously, a little, but still, like, for me, it was like, oh my gosh, this is great.
Right.
So, like, overall, the driver was not terrible. I did still have, the hard grounders to third base. I still had the slices.
So you're coming over the top of it.
Yeah. And so just inconsistency in the feel for it. But like the ones that I did connect on felt really great, and like
good.
It was fun. It's actually fun when you play from the fairway.
Now did that, because you haven't played in a while, did that kind of get the blood flowing, like, man, I'd like to get out here a little bit more?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me yesterday was my irons, which are normally better.
Yeah.
Were just not great.
Fat, thin, left, right?
Left, that hook where the quit swing, where I just get to contact and then finish left instead of finishing out. And I
but I wonder
for
if it's from a lack of a turn. Do you understand?
Part of it, yeah.
Because if you're just taking it back and you don't have that hip shoulder turn, well, the shoulder turn will happen because of the hip, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take the club back and then you have to turn your hip, and then your shoulder will turn because your hip, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't do that, a lot of people think, oh, I pulled it.
Yeah.
Well, you did pull it, not because you took it all the way back and you came around it so hard. It's because you did not make a turn.
Yeah.
So then it is and I play with a guy well, a couple of guys that have a similar thing, and they keep saying it out loud. Or, well, finally, I just said, not true. Okay, stop saying that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what you did, and I show him. I said, your hip never moved. You just took it straight up and back, right? So where do you think when you left side clears, where the ball is going to go?
Yeah.
Straight left.
That was probably a lot of what I was
You know,
doing.
so they don't get it. So then I have to scream at them because I'm sick of hearing them say the wrong thing, you know?
Yeah.
But when they do listen, they hit it right down the tubes.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, now you can self-fix knowing that whenever you did that, it's because you did not make that much of a turn. That left knee did not get behind the ball. Consciously work on that,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And
Yeah.
so I don't want to keep yelling.
Yeah. So, yeah, irons underwhelming. Didn't do terrible with the putter.
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot of 3-putts that I can remember.
Yeah.
Chipping was kind of hit and miss. I did chip in on a hole, which was nice.
That's nice.
Saved for a bogey. That was good.
Yeah. Those are always great.
Had one good sand shot and some other bad sand shots.
Yeah.
And it was those ones where, like, I was already pissed because I shouldn't have been in the sand. Like, if I had just hit the ball where I wanted it, or, like, I was trying to lay up from it, like, to be short of it.
Oh, and you flushed
then,
it?
And then would, like, no, I think it was just more like, yeah, I guess maybe hit it further, or maybe just not, like, my normal contact. If I hit it thin.
Okay, but what I'm saying is if you went into the bunker and you were trying to hit it short,
Mm-hmm.
and you hit it, you didn't thin it, right? You hit it pretty good, and it went into the bunker. To me, that's a pretty good positive thing I would take off of where I'd go, whenever I flush this club and I do all the things correctly, this is what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Not go in a bunker, but that's how
distance
far
on it.
the distance and the height of it and how it may go from right to left or left to right. This is what I want.
Yeah.
I wouldn't beat myself up, especially since you don't play.
Yeah. I think for me they were thin.
Okay,
Was
that's
more
that
how
I
it
don't
was-
like. So
yeah.
that means you're coming up and taking a look at it rather than where the ball starts. It should go past your left. Your club should go past your left foot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When you hit it, it should go past it
Before
what-
you. Yeah.
coming up. So what you're doing is you're making contact and then coming up and you're going to thin it.
Yeah.
If you can continue that club on that line along the ground past your left foot, you'll flush it all the time.
Yeah.
Who does it? Well, these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
eldest does it for the majority of it,
Yeah.
you know, when he's not shanking it.
Yeah. So yeah, overall wasn't bad. I know when we were driving there, Eldest asked me, "What are you going to shoot today?" And I told him probably between 105 and 110. That's
You
what I
did it.
both times.
Yeah. Winner.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah. What did he say?
I don't remember. I mean, I know he thought he played pretty well, like to shoot 5 over at those courses.
Yeah.
That you don't typically play.
You don't have the layout. You don't know
Yeah.
where to land it. You don't know.
A lot of undulation as far as like.
Like worse than Riverside, because Riverside has a
I'm
ton.
talking like the hole is 30 feet above you type thing, like you're hitting up to it, or So, yeah, and then the greens a little more challenging than something around here.
But he drove the ball well
Yeah, for the most part. drove it
because
really
he texted me the other day. He shot like a 74, I think, with was it a 74 with
well. Scratch
I think it was.
probably.
Oh, and then somebody else that you know.
Big Al.
Former player at West with you guys. CB.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. So the eldest had texted me, this is what he shot without hitting a single fairway off the tee.
I think I remember him saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is impressive.
Yeah.
His recovery is really sickening.
Yeah. He can hit it out of anything.
It really, he
Yeah.
really can. It is like I'm thinking, okay, just walk away. If you get lucky, you'll par this. Walk away no worse than a bogey here. I mean, because you put yourself in really bad. He's walking up to him and go, okay, now how can I birdie?
Yeah.
From on top of a tree with, a hill and, people shooting at him,
Yeah.
and he'll just put it on and birdie it. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was golf.
Story time for me.
All right.
So I went to the club a couple of times this past week, and 2 days ago I played, and there was two guys in front of me. So I went late. I had stuff to do, so I went around 4-ish, 4:30ish, and two guys in front of me, and every single shot is profanity.
For them?
For them. I mean, just every. Can you effing believe how great that ball was? Not if it's bad. It didn't matter.
Oh.
It's just two guys just swearing up a storm, right? And it's backed up. It's terrible. And I'm looking for just an out, just to go find like 3-4 holes in a row that I can just go play, right?
Yeah.
I'm striking the ball pretty well, so I'm happy. So get to the 11th. They're on 12, looking down, and I just stiff it, right? And I drive up, and then one of the guys says, "Great birdie," and I said, "Well, there's always a chance of missing." He goes, "Well, not like somebody, because on 8, somebody, one of those two, didn't know who it was, literally put it 4 inches from the pin." Now, I'm not saying it was in air. It was got lucky, rolled, and then,
Yeah.
and he 3-putted. Right? So I said, "There's no chance." He goes, he 3-putted. He put it that close. I said, all right, so I missed the birdie. Guy goes, "Why don't you join us? Because we're not going anywhere." I said, "Okay, So as I'm walking up and taking the cart going around, the guy says to me, "Do you go to church?" And I said, "Well, yeah." I mentioned the church I go to before. He says, "Yeah, I see you every Sunday." So what's the immediate thing that went in my mind?
This guy's swearing like a sailor.
He's telling me stories about how he was an altar boy. He goes to church, takes his mother there, and this. I'm telling you, when I say to you, every sentence had nothing but every profanity you can imagine coming out. It didn't matter what shot it was. It was just swearing, right? And I'm thinking, man, you're going to church, right? I mean, how is that even possible,
Yeah.
right? How is that even possible? One guy was really good. I couldn't believe how good, because if you look at the swing and all, but man, it was good. He was good. Played yesterday. This is the story I want to get to. So convinced the wife to come out with me, because it was in the evening.
Yeah.
So this was our date night.
Nice.
Go out. So I said, "You can drive the car." She goes, "Okay, you do the first couple of holes and then I'll drive." I said, "Okay, just so I know what you do, where to go, And I said, "Okay, that's fine." So, group in front of us, driving me nuts, so after every hole having to wait, after every hole. Can I backtrack a little bit?
Sure.
So I'm struggling at the 100-yard marker. So I put my ball, if it's a par 5, I try to get it to the 100-yard marker. If it's a par 4, I try to drive it, if I can, to about the 100-yard marker, if it's feasible. There are some holes that it's not, but that's what. In my 54 degree, I don't have the swing speed that I used to. I hit it about 90. So I'm always playing at that 100, always short, and it's driving me nuts. So I ordered the day before, came in yesterday.
Elvis told me about this.
Yeah, got it.
It was a 50?
I got a 50.
Okay.
And what's crazy is the first hole, I typically will have 100 yards in, pulled it a little bit, so I have about 125. Can't use it. Second hole, obviously you can't. Third hole, usually I'm around 100-yard marker. I pulled it a little bit. I had one of the greatest shots you'll ever see, because I'm left at number 3. I can't go over like the
Yeah.
eldest can.
Yeah.
So I hit a punch 8 from 125 out, and I can hear the wife go, ugh, right? Because she doesn't know anything about the game,
Yeah.
right? Hit this low draw, rolls right up to the green, right near I got about a 10-footer
Yeah.
to the pin, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, in the air, it looked really bad. You know? I have a lot of stories about her in this story time.
Nice.
She killed me out there, dude. Killed me. So we get to about the 6th hole, the par 5. And there's this kid behind me. Okay? And every time I look, he's around the green, he's around the hole, this and that. And he's got a gal in the cart, and he's just going really fast. And, dude, you're not going to get in front of me.
Yeah.
Because the group in front of me and then the group's in front of them. And you're not. So I teed off, and he was waiting, and I said, you know, you can join me because there's really nowhere to go, or you can wait. And he says, are you saying it's okay for me to hit with you? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I just offered if you want. He goes, oh, yeah. He goes to the tips.
Nice.
And he hits a ball that, holy smokes. I hit mine pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
In the air, it was waving at it, going by it, by 50 to 60 yards.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
So then you're asking, who is this kid?
So the wife and I are sitting in the cart, and we're driving along, and for my second shot, I took out my that utility club
Mm-hmm.
that I seldom use because I'll usually hit my 2-iron from there, put it around the 100-yard marker, and blah, blah. So I hit that and I flush it. He doesn't say a word because when he drove it, I said, "Great drive," right?
Yeah.
He doesn't say a word. I mean, I flushed this thing, right? Doesn't say a word. He goes up. He's got his driver in his hand. And I'm like, what is going on here? He's going to hit driver off the deck. Because you know how long that hole is.
Yeah.
Okay. And
A lot of confidence.
hits, and he crushes. He puts it on the left side pin high. It's bunkers,
Yeah, yeah.
but left side pin high. Couldn't freaking believe it. Right. So next hole.
This guy Bryson DeChambeau.
Next hole. My wife had asked, how old do you think he is? I said, I don't know, probably 18, right? Just looking at him. Never really got close. He doesn't even talk, right? There is no conversation. He's an awkward kid, right? Get to the next one, number 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have my back to him, and I said to the wife, I want nothing to do with this kid. Like, I would not raise my child to be like this. He doesn't have any social skills whatsoever, and it's frustrating, right? I have my back to him on the tee box. All of a sudden, I can feel him coming up, and he reaches out his hand, says his name, and shakes my hand. He goes, "It's nice meeting you." And I said, "Okay, maybe I misjudged." Right? So I said, "Hey, how old are you?" Now, I want to tell you, when I'm telling you, you know how far the eldest hits the ball?
Yeah.
This kid hits it equally as far.
Yeah.
Okay? How old would you say this kid is?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen him.
I know you haven't, but I'm saying just because of maturity in that distance. I'm talking about that distance.
22.
He's 15 years old. He's the number 3 golfer at Bullard. He's the number 3 golfer at Bullard.
What the heck?
I can't. So the only way I can describe how far he hits it is think of the eldest.
Yeah.
And the way he swings is so violent, but unbelievably under control. I have never seen anything like that in my life. He is 15 years old. He is blowing by, and I'm playing from the wides.
Yeah.
He is blowing by the ball like it's nothing. And there are holes I have absolutely mashed.
Yeah.
And he'll say, that was a really good drive. Just like that, right? I go, okay. And we drive up to it, and he's still ahead of me. And he played from the tips.
Wow.
Number 14, he just pulverized the ball. He takes out his 3-wood. He is left side of the pin high. I'm looking at the ball flight, and he plays so fast, it's disturbing.
Like, doesn't think about it, doesn't line up a shot, just goes up and hits it.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he'll do this pre-shot thing every time, make sure he's in a slot, which I totally respect. He's not where he stands over it, goes like this. No, he's away from the ball. He's just waiting for you to hit, and he does those things, and then you're done. Okay. He goes now and just crushes it.
Yeah.
Just crushes it, right? But the most impressive thing I have ever seen for a 15-year-old, he will walk up to the green, and he will walk the distance from the hole to the ball, and then he'll go back to it, and then he'll go to it, and he'll putt it, and it will go in. It doesn't matter if it's a 20-footer, doesn't matter if it's a 12-footer, doesn't matter if it's a 3-footer. Every single putt, he drained it. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. Now, did he miss a putt? Yes, but I'm telling you, he made 9 out of 10, 19 out of 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. As a 20-year-old, and a 15-year-old, the way he does it, you know how you'll look at just, he'll look at it and just mark it off, and then he'll go, and then he'll hit it, and the ball will die into the hole. And I'm looking at it, and I said to him on 17, because another guy joined us, and that will be a story in a second. I said to him, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, you mean?" He goes, I'll just walk it." And the funniest line I've ever heard in my life came out of his mouth. "I'll walk it off," and I said, "Okay, now you walk it off, and you're in the distance, and you know how far to take it back." He says, "Yeah." I said, "What about if it's downhill, uphill?" He goes, "No, all that's in consideration." He says, I've done this all my life." He said, all my life. He's 15 years old.
When you've been around this game as long as I have.
So on 10, we both crushed the drive. I mean, I just tattooed it. We both bogeyed. We both hit short, hit a terrible chip. I couldn't believe the putt he missed. I could believe the putt I missed. Even though it was right there, it was a gimme, and I missed. I can believe it with me. But just watching how he is, I was shocked to death.
Yeah.
Just shocked. I said to him, very, very awkward. He's socially very awkward. I don't even know how he got a girlfriend. So I said to him, "Hey, did you play this because your dad played?" He goes, "I don't have a dad." And I'm like, oh, boy. So I left that in the air.
Yeah, there you go.
So he's staring at me after he says it.
Let that linger.
He's staring at me after he says it, right? And he's just like this, like that. I said, "Mom?" He goes, "No, my mom didn't play." I said, "Okay." I said, I'm trying to find a hole. Like that bunker to the left of me seems good enough to dive into, right?
Yeah.
And he says, my grandfather, he played in, he taught me how to play. I said, "Okay." You can't escape something like that, So then walking to the cart, the wife's like, "Oh, what are you guys talking about?" "Just finding out that he has no father." She goes, "How the heck did you?" I said, "I don't want to talk about it. I'm devastated." Just devastated, So the balls that he hit, Benj, I'm telling you, I have never seen anybody hit it like that at a 15-year-old age. He's hitting it where the eldest hits it, and I've never seen anybody hit it as far as the eldest.
Yeah.
He is competing, and that's not just his game. His iron games are pure. So I say to him at one point, I said, "Okay, dude, I'm just a little confused. You're the number 3 golfer at your school? And he says, yes. I said, what grade's the number one golf? He says, he's a junior. I said, well, so what is he like? He goes, I don't know what he shoots. I said, what's your handicap? And he says, I'm a 6. And I'm thinking to myself, you're a 6? Dude, you are sandbagging out there to be a 6.
Yeah.
You know, just to have a high number like that. Because he is extraordinary. So, on 14, I get to use my club. I'm 108 out. Flush it. Beautifully. Birdie the hole. There's a guy walking that is on 15, and he's just waiting. And then he says, oh, if you guys want to join us, because there's no, oh, okay. The kid comes from the tips, crushes it, puts it on the green. This guy plays from the blues, leaks it to the right. I go and hit and shank it. Haven't shanked it all day. Pured every single club all day. Here I shank it because I'm in a hurry, and it's somebody I don't know, and I'm uncomfortable. Do you understand? I double bogey the hole after birding. Do you know how frustrating that was?
Very.
So the wife in the cart, I'm going to start telling wife stories now. The wife in the cart says, now what happened there?
It's a valid question. Yeah.
It is valid. I said, well, she says, now is it because of that new guy? I said, yeah. I said, years ago, this would never be a problem for me. I didn't care who you were.
Yeah.
I'm better than you. You understand what I'm saying? And I said, but because he's somebody that all of a sudden came out of nowhere, I'm not prepared. I'm a little nervous about my game right now in my head, even though I shouldn't be. And she goes, really? All of that? You know, and I said, yeah. So I double bogey it, which is fine. Next hole, just absolutely massacre a ball. Then the second shot, I'm left though. You know how those undulations? I want to be left because of the pin placement, always on that hole, right? Hits off of something and goes left. I'm there with the kid. Now, I will tell you this. He's hitting from the blues on this. It wasn't that big of a difference. So I was really proud of myself. Well, I took a 6 iron because I have to shape something, put it to about 80 yards out, took my 54, stuffed it, I thought. It's a red pin left. We can't even see at this point anymore. It's dark.
Yeah.
But these guys want to finish. Just off the green, just missed the birdie putt, tapping for par, blah, blah. We're going up to 17, and the wife looks, she goes, what is this? To the left. She goes, somebody lives there? I said, honey, that's like the maintenance shack. You know, that's part of the maintenance shack. I said, there is a house in there. I think somebody does live in there. She goes, well, they need to upgrade this for this guy. Right? So now the stories start like this. We're on the first hole, and she goes, what are all these balls out here? Well, they're from the range, right? She says, now how do they get these balls? I said, well, there's a machine that gets them over there. She goes, what do you mean a machine? I said, it's a machine. It's a tractor. There's this ball collector in the front, and they drive there. What about near the trees and stuff? How do they get those? I'm like, holy smokes. I said, those, they'll go on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The range doesn't open until 11. So in the morning, they'll go out there and then handpick those. She says, well, don't they have a better thing for these guys to get? I said, oh.
I can't tell if you're 53 or 3.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What are you doing to me, right? So now, after everything she's just asking questions, right? And after hole 2, I'm debating to myself, if you kill her here, right, there are a lot of witnesses, but there's a lot of guys, and they would understand.
Yeah.
And they go, I didn't see anything,
Yeah.
right? So then she'll start saying things like, hole 11, you ready for this? She says, as I hit a really good ball, driving up, she says, is this a par 2? I said, no, it's a par 3. She goes, well, why isn't it a par 2? I said, well, because it's a par 3. She goes, well, you got it there in one. So that next one should go in.
Logically.
I said, no. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It's a part 3. She says, well, do they have a part 2? I said, only in your world. You know what I'm saying? So these were the things that I was going through. And I was really happy she came out with me, even with all of this. There are so many things I forgot because she had said it, and I said, oh, I cannot wait to talk about this on the show. I said, this. She goes, what? Is this wrong? Is this wrong? I said, well, it's not wrong as much as it is, it's insane to ask. It's literally insane to ask. And she goes, well, why? I said, nobody would have questions like this, hon. You know, like, she would say, now, why didn't you make that?
I just didn't want to put my handicap too low.
And so, well, I read it. I thought I hit it and it didn't do it. She goes, well, was that a mistake on you? I said, well, I read it. I hit it. So, yeah, it's my mistake. And she says, well, you happy with it? I said, I'm not happy I didn't make it, but I'm really happy with the stroke.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't understand that. This is what I was dealing with 18 holes.
Wow.
18 holes of this questions. And I said, don't you remember you used to go with me? And she says, well, I remember in Hawaii. I said, no, you used to go to Fig with me. You know, you would drive the cart and this and that. She goes, no, I must have forgotten. And I said, I know there isn't a chance in hell you'll ever come out here again. She says, no, this is way too long. This is incredibly long. She says, you do this all the time? I said, well, yeah. I said, like, where you think this is taking too long, I'm thinking I'd like a couple of more holes. You know what I mean? Just to hit a couple of more holes. But it was great. I shot a 79 with that double bogey. Okay. I really, really hit the ball well. I did not putt great.
Mm-hmm.
I stroked it well, but did not putt great.
Still a work in progress.
So she says to me, what's wrong with your putting? She says, do you see how the kid is putting? And I said, yeah, I see it. She says, he doesn't waste any time. And I took that as really good criticism. I did. I swear to you. I didn't take it as and you know what I did after that? I went up and I did that, and I putted 1,000 times better.
Wow. Just take a look at your read and go.
Just take it, trust it, and go.
Yeah.
Because I'm staying over it. I'm thinking, okay, is my hand placed? Because I've changed my grip on the putting to keep me from rolling left.
Yeah.
And it's worked unbelievably. So I'm focusing too much on that stuff. So hold it, go to it, see your line, go to it, and then hit it. And I did it. And I swear, man, I was rolling it so much better. So that's what I'm going to do.
There you go.
I needed my wife out there
So yeah,
to criticize me.
She did have a positive.
Yeah, what a hell of a caddy. Yeah. Have you ever taken your wife out to a golf course?
Just like driving range.
Okay, never a golf course, right?
No.
Did she ask incredibly unbelievable questions at the range?
I don't recall. It was a long time ago, but I'm sure. Then again, at the range, there's not a whole lot you can.
Oh, she did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did.
But yeah, I don't know if she would ever go out on the course. I'm sure she would, but probably be a similar.
I was going to ask you because
yeah.
they seem to have similar personalities in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And I think she would go, well, Bench, why did you do that?
Why did you shank it way to the right? Yeah, I don't know. That's where I was aiming, I guess.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. But in all that being said, I was very happy she was with me.
Oh yeah, you like spending time with her.
I do. I love spending time with her, but
Yeah.
it also helped me calm my nerves a little bit, especially with this kid behind me. He was, and then especially with his personality when first meeting him, she says, leave it alone, because I said, I'm done with him. He's dead to me. And she basically had to convince me, look, he's probably 18 years old, doesn't have, and he probably wasn't raised like how you raised your kids. Like, be sociable to adults, shake their hand, look them in the eye, and blah, blah. But to his credit, he came to 7 and did it.
Yeah.
And then he, on 18, came over to me. He came to me when it was done, because literally you can't see. Put his hand on and said, I really appreciate letting him play with you, and it was a pleasure meeting you. And I'm like, wow. Good kid.
There you go.
Socially awkward, but good kid.
Yeah. Get him on the podcast.
If we got him on the podcast, do you understand how it would be pulling teeth?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would be something else. But I'm telling you, I wish I got his last name, but I know what school he goes to.
Yeah.
I cannot. What are you at 15? A sophomore or
I think
freshman?
so.
Sophomore. I cannot. He said that the number 1 at a tournament, I forget the tournament, he said, shot an 88. And I said, what? I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
You're in the number 3?
Do you know what he shot at the end? Did you ask him?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. There were quite a few birdies. When you're getting there in 2
Yeah.
on par 5s or close to it, if you're not on it,
Yeah.
and you're rolling these, you're on in 2 on par 4s, and you're just rolling them
Yeah.
in. There were quite a few birdies.
Yeah.
No, he was impressive. And I remember saying this to the wife. I said, I cannot believe he's 15 years old. I cannot believe he's hitting it as far as the eldest. And his game is as good, and if not better, than the eldest. She goes, really? I said, he is 15 years old. I want to stress this. He is 15 years old. In the next 2 years, he will shave off 6 strokes off his game. In the next 2 years.
Wow. Could be the next big thing.
I don't know.
You might have played with him first. The next
Yeah.
Tiger.
Yeah. He'll probably, while getting the green jacket, giving the thing, I just want to thank. There was a time in 2025 I played with the legend at his club.
Is he more like Tiger or more like Matsuyama?
In what way?
I don't know. More like Spieth?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Not that. Oh, okay.
No. I wish you were there.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
I would ask for some lessons.
I was blown away at his age. And what's crazy is he sets everything up for a draw like I do. And I noticed, you watch, and he is doing things that are so he had me hit his ping driver off of 14. I said, oh, look at the size difference. He goes, you want to hit? I said, no, I don't want to muck this up. I said, no. He goes, no, it's okay. It's got some stuff on it because of the alignment stick. And he was explaining why, but he had hit. And I said, oh, no. He goes, no, go ahead and try. And because I'm trying to overhit it, I came over the top, missed it, and put it in between the 2 bunkers. You know those 2 bunkers out there?
Yeah.
With mine, I would have been definitely past the first one. I would have been just past the second one. Just past it. But he is past it. And on top of a hill that I've only seen, because of the undulation,
Yeah.
only I've seen the eldest hit there from the tips.
Well. That cough's going to be killer. Literally.
I think I'm dying.
So, speaking of golf, we had the Masters wrap up last week. We got some feedback on that show, which we'll share as well. But, yeah, Roy did it. He puked all over himself and then proceeded to recover.
So what do you take away from that? Do you take that he was able to recover after such a Titanic type of mishap, the Hindenburg mishap. Do you take the end result as, wow, how did you do that after that?
I think so. Yeah. Because, I mean, pre winning that on Sunday, like that was his thing.
That was
that
it.
it would fall apart, and then there was no recovering from it. Yeah.
Yep, that was it.
So like going into that playoff hole, I would have given the edge to Rose.
Yeah.
Just because of,
Oh, absolutely.
oh, here it goes again.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got to play the exact same hole.
That he
And then what did he do? He played the exact same shots 3 times in a row and won. So
Well, he didn't hit at a bunker. He hit his second shot into 18 was unbelievable. Rose could have had the same spinning back on it, coming back. He did not get the fortunate roll. Rory did,
yeah.
and he did not miss.
Yeah.
And it was impressive. His second shot was so impressive because he took the same, it looked like, and that could have ended up in a bunker again.
Yeah.
And he could have, oh no. But no, it was impressive as hell. But I'm still gonna take away a little bit of this guy who is at the pinnacle of his career still has where the nerves will take over. That putt that he missed on 18 the first time should never, ever, ever be missed by a pro.
Yeah.
He put it out of the bunker in a great position.
Like 3-4 feet.
You don't miss that,
Yeah.
but the nerves made him miss it. And I'm telling you, I'm blown away that he missed it.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be, they get to 18 now, again for the playoff. He just hits somebody on the right 4 feet away from the tee box. You know, it just unravels.
Yeah.
But he just absolutely crushed it. He took an aggressive line and just crushed it.
Yeah. That's what he does. Crushes it.
I keep telling you, I think he has the best swing in golf. There are others that are a lot smoother looking, and I think that's what you're looking at more than I'm looking at where his hands, where his hips are. It is extraordinary to me how he's able to do it. He has got the best swing in golf. It is, if you can copy it, that's the one.
Yeah. I wish.
He's so freaking big and strong too.
Well, he's not very big.
No, big.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he put on size.
He's about 5'4". But yeah.
No, he put on size.
Yeah.
From, if you look at it,
Oh,
he is,
yeah. When
he
he
is,
was like a chubby little teenager.
yeah.
Yeah.
You look at him, he fills out that shirt. He is a strong, big kid.
Yeah.
And man, he abuses the ball. Just abuses the ball.
Yeah.
This golf talk that we're doing right now
Yeah. Caused a couple of deaths
did not sit well
while
with
people were driving.
This is CGOC.
Doobly.
You ready?
Yeah.
In all honesty, I had to turn it off. He said he turned the podcast off.
Yeah.
In all honesty. Constructive criticism,
Okay. We like that.
but I'm not listening live nor watching the guys putt or chip. Only type of content I find unlistenable. Just my opinion. And I said, that's good. Thank you for the opinion. Now, I
So
asked
how many
you.
stars?
He gave us 9 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to ask you this: if this was soccer talk, watching a game, and he listened to the podcast, would he have the same
No.
type? Okay,
He'd be dialed in.
he would, right? So it is. He's not a golfer. He's a
Yep.
caddy.
He is a cat.
He is a caddy,
Yeah, a drunk one.
a drunken caddy that will kill people. He would be naked listening to it and being excited about it, right? So it's because of what it is.
Look at that swing. Look at that position there. Hip turn.
back to the target.
Are they? Yeah, your right back pocket has to be the target. What does Scheffler do? Look at the big turn
Wow.
on that, and how high
How
he is,
high?
though.
Yeah.
That is staggering to me. Look at the difference. Huh. This is all for you, CGOC.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
watching some swing breakdowns
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
They're talking about that hip.
Still get that hip turn there.
Yep.
Yeah. Now let's show him a contact, Bob. Man, right in the slot. Head down.
Look at his feet now for Scheffler. Look at how sloppy it is at the end. Look at it. Look. Look at it.
The Golden Child was kind of doing a little of that yesterday.
So whoever is teaching him is trying to get him to get to his left side. That's why that's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, he's like hopping to it.
Yeah,
almost.
so that's why that's happening.
Yeah.
So I understand it. There is a drill before you go to hit the ball. You set up where you're going to be. You take your left foot, you just touch it to your right foot, and then you go you go stride and then swing. And then that gets you on your left side. So then you go immediately and then go hit the ball. And that's off of the fairway with irons, and that's off the tee with the
Driver.
stick. So
Even the putter.
even with the putter.
To that left side.
Even with the putter. This guy right here,
Yeah.
Wyndham, and this is not a joke. He is 1,000% a lookalike of a buddy of mine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like they are the exact same person. And it kills me every time I see this guy on TV. Like, oh, hey, there's, yeah, there he is.
I know that guy.
Yeah, there he is. So if I ran up to him and said, hey, E, you go, security?
I don't know this man.
I don't know him.
Who's your hero of the week?
My wife for enduring that yesterday. And I sincerely mean that. You know, when they do a sacrifice like that and they're not interested in it at all. She's
They
not
want to be
interested.
out there because it's what you're passionate about.
So she said, yeah, I'll go. I did say it like this. I was on the phone with her and I said, hey, I'm going to ask for a big favor. And she said, what? I said, I'd like you to go. I'm going to go play tonight and I'd like you to go.
Come to the club with me.
And listen, I said like this. This is how long it took. I said, I'm going to go play tonight. I'd like you to come with me and just hang out with me. Okay, if that's what you want. I said, if you don't have to. She goes, no, it'll be fun. I'll do it. So she's my hero. I'm thrilled to death that she did it. And I know there isn't a snowball's chance in hell. Who was it? Sheffy?
Scheffler for Eagle.
Well, he's in three-way tie now, right?
No.
Oh, no, that's ninth. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Leaders are 12.
Yeah. Your hero?
My hair's going to be the boys. It was fun to take a trip.
Oh, okay. Not the
But-
boys on the team.
No,
the
no,
bo-
no.
okay,
no,
yeah.
No, yeah, it was nice to take a trip.
Yeah.
We kind of got robbed of our actual trip that we were supposed to take in about a month because Golden Child's got a wedding or some BS to
Yeah.
go to. But it was a quick trip, but a fun trip.
Yeah.
Good to spend.
Exhausting?
Good to spend time with them. Today I am pretty beat. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys stayed at the Golden Child's
Physically.
place over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just literally showed up, slept, left the next.
How
morning.
far from there?
It's about 40 minutes.
Okay, yeah, because Pebble wasn't close.
Pebble's probably only another 15 to 20 from where we played.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't close. Like I thought it'd be close.
Oh, no.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
down the highway.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, those are my heroes.
Did you rub in to the accountant?
We didn't talk to him at all, and then he texted us during the round and was asking how it's going, and we all just looked at him like, oh man, man, he just wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Nah. So we kept him updated on what we all shot. I sent him the scores after the first round, or I think Eldest did, and then right after he sent that, I said, "Who's who?" Because he just sent the numbers,
Right.
and so he guessed who was who, and
Yeah.
he was joking around with us.
Now, the beauty of this is you'll have this again.
Once a year, that's it.
That's what I'm saying. That's like he missed this one.
Until someone else has a kid, and then
Oh boy, look at the
yeah,
depression and stuff. My goodness.
It's just
Look at you.
It's not like it once was,
Yeah, I told you never to get married and have kids.
Man, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
Playoff season, baby.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
More so one than the other, but playoff
Yes,
season.
yes. Yeah, my
NHL
Montreal Canadiens
and NBA both start today.
Oh, I don't know about that, but the NHL Montreal
The Habs.
won a game the other day. Now they brought their kid
It
up.
was Thursday night, right?
What's today?
Today's Saturday.
Well, I think it was Wednesday.
Was it? I thought I saw the highlights for it
Wednesday.
when we drove up that night. We watched SportsCenter, and I thought they showed the Habs, unless they were showing it from the day before, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Really doesn't matter.
yeah,
4-2 win against Carolina, not backing into the playoffs. They went and got it, which
Yeah.
that's what I wanted. And their stars did play. And what I mean is they did show up and were a factor. So,
nice.
yeah, Debmadov, that kid that Puck was talking about,
Yeah.
his first game, the game before, he had an assist and a goal. The arena, because it was in Montreal,
Yeah.
was so electric.
Just yelling for Putin.
This kid.
No.
So what Puck's been telling me,
Yeah. How he's just tearing up the
he is
other league. He was
100% correct.
in. Wow.
This kid is so gifted. It is scary
Yeah.
how gifted he is.
I mean, he was telling us like before that draft that he could have been like the number one player, right? Or like he was up there.
He said the fact that he dropped down to Montreal
Yeah.
was so egregious. So egregious that other teams did not take him that were above.
Yeah.
And I and you hear it, you're listening to him. Okay. But he knows so much more than I do.
Yeah.
It's incredible, right?
He knows what they had for breakfast that morning.
This kid is so good. And the moment it didn't overwhelm him.
Oh yeah, he's from a war-torn country where the other option is going to the military in Ukraine. So he's playing a game.
True that. But I'm telling you right now, the future with the kids on this team. Hudson tied the rookie record for assists for a rookie,
Wow.
NHL all time.
Yeah.
The way he skates and stick handles, he broke ankles 2 or 3 games ago that were the most unfreaking believable moves I have seen in such a long time.
Yeah.
Along the boards, the guy trying to get Montreal's future.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, in 3 years, I'm gonna be naked because of the Stanley Cup. I'm telling you, they
Yeah.
are so young, and they're gonna grow up together. And in 3 years, what it's gonna look like, it's gonna be phenomenal.
I don't know if the Sharks have anything to say about it.
They finished in last place.
Yeah. Means we might get another top pick though.
The way Puck is saying it, it's not a good
Really?
draft.
Yeah. You hate to see it.
Yeah, you do. Especially for your team.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, you do want a once in a generation type of player, and you didn't get it, or you're not gonna get it.
They got Celebrini. They can't all be.
No, I'm saying
Celebrinis,
this. I'm
and
saying this.
They can't
It'd be
all
great
be
to have 2 of those.
Bedards.
It'd be great to have 2 of those.
Would be
so,
nice.
Yeah,
Can't complain.
yeah. But yeah, it starts today, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I believe the first game is the Blues against the Jets, if I recall, at 3 p.m. Shout out to Puck, by the way, because the Jets were his President's Cup winner
Yeah.
from the preseason,
Yeah.
or about a week in by the time he made his pick. And I think that came to fruition, if
Yeah.
I recall correctly. So he's 1 for 1 so far. I don't know about his dark horse, because I think his dark horse was the Devils, and I do not think they snuck in this year, did they? Oh, no, they did. Oh, 3. Okay. So they're alive, too. If they make a run, they could qualify for that dark horse pick that Puck was saying.
Right.
So,
Now, the one that I'm most interested in
yeah,
is right there. You see it.
the Capitals and Canadiens.
Yeah. So
I
we
wonder why.
we have to. We're winning that series.
You think so?
I'm telling you.
Wow.
The Capitals are a regular season setup team,
Okay.
and we're good.
They're just posers.
We're good.
They do it in the playoffs.
We are good. I'm gonna do my prediction right now.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go. Let me see. Let me grab this for you. Okay, so I'm gonna go top left. I believe it's Winnipeg against St.
Oh,
You
like
got
you're
that?
filling out the one on your
I'm doing
phone?
it. I'm doing it. Right. No,
Oh.
no, I'm not doing that
Oh.
yet. I'm just telling you for the show. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The Jets win that. Okay.
Okay.
I have the Stars winning against Colorado in a very close, hotly contested matchup. That's going to be a hell of a series.
I agree.
That's going
Those
to be.
two teams are
They're going to kill each other.
legit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to kill each other. Vegas.
Ugh.
Yeah, sorry, Vegas. I have Edmonton winning this just so we can see more of
Yeah. I don't know how accurate this is, but I feel like the last 4 years, the Kings and Oilers have met in the playoffs.
they have. I think you're right.
Like,
I think you're right. Yes.
Every
They
year
meet-
there's
yeah,
a
they're-
series.
yes.
I don't know if it's first round or second
Yeah,
round,
but they do meet each other.
there's always a
Yes.
series with those two
Yeah,
teams.
they do
it
meet
seems
each
like.
other. Yeah.
And they're always the late game because
Right.
they're in LA.
right.
And it's always the one at like 7:30 that
Yeah.
I'll turn on.
And then it goes into overtime.
yeah, and by
and
the
then
time
somebody's
it's over,
lost a leg.
It's midnight.
Yeah, somebody's lost the leg.
Yeah, that one should be a good one too.
Right. Now pull down.
Yep.
And go to the right. So I have the Maple Leafs winning this, even though they are prone to get on that banana peel and just slip here. I have them winning that. It's gonna be a loss for me on that because they're gonna find a way to lose it, but truly believe they're gonna win that. This next one's gonna be a heck of a matchup, but I do have the Panthers winning that.
Yeah, the battle for Florida.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
have them winning that. Now, again, I do have Montreal winning this in a sweep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Washington's going to get absolutely. They can't. Ovechkin's not going to get a point. He's not going to see an opportunity for a goal. They're going to smother him to death.
How about that?
You heard me. You heard me right here. This one right here is interesting. I'm going to believe in Puck in this. I'm going to believe that they're going to beat the Hurricanes. Now, the Hurricanes lost to Montreal the other day, but 7 of their players were not dressed.
Oh,
Yeah. Or it's a game that they did.
details we
They
leave out.
didn't need. But I think the Devils are going to win this game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Wow.
You want me to continue?
Yeah, go for it. I'm filling mine out right now. I'll let you know
Okay, I have
with my $0
I have-
that I have.
the Jets beating Colorado.
Okay.
I have, unfortunately, Vegas beating Edmonton.
I don't want you to say that.
I'm sorry.
I don't want you to.
Yeah, and you know who else doesn't? Puck.
Puck.
Yeah. So then I have Toronto losing to Florida. I have Montreal beating New Jersey.
Okay.
And then I have Montreal beating Florida.
Who says no? I mean,
Everybody.
no. Who says no?
Everybody. I have Winnipeg facing Montreal in a Stanley Cup. 2 Canadian teams. We haven't had a winner since 1993 in Canada.
All right, there you
And
go.
here you go. You would literally, everybody, if you have an opportunity, banks close, I think, at 12 on Saturdays. Go mortgage the house on this right now.
Gonna get good odds with the Habs.
Yes, you are.
It'll pay off for
Yes,
you.
you are. Yes, you are.
I promise it'll pay off.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here's what I got.
Yeah.
First round, I'll take Winnipeg in 5.
Okay. Oh, I didn't give you how many games, but okay.
That's fine.
That's fine.
It's just because I had it on here.
Yeah.
I'll take Colorado in 7. I also think that'll be a great series.
I'm hoping it's 7.
Oh yeah, we
Yes.
talk about this every
Yeah.
year. You hope every series
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
to
yeah.
7,
But
then
this
there's,
one
there's
especially.
those certain ones where you're like,
Yes.
oh yeah, this one.
This one would
really.
be so great.
I'm gonna take Vegas in 5
Yeah.
and Edmonton in 6
That's a good call.
on the left side.
Yeah, that's a good call.
On the right side, I'm gonna take Ottawa in
Good
7.
for you.
Toronto
Smart move.
is gonna Toronto.
Of course they are.
I'll take the Panthers in 6.
Okay. Yeah.
They traded for that rat, and
Yeah.
now he plays for the Rats.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
I'll take Caps in 5.
That's I'm not understanding what you're saying. You're looking at who they're playing, right?
I do see that.
The
there. Yeah,
Habs.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you another chance. Go ahead. You said what now?
Caps in 5.
Huh. Interesting. Loser.
I'll take the Hurricanes in 6. They're well rested. They sat 7 guys.
Yeah.
So the second round in the West, or whatever they call these divisions, I've got the Avalanche. And it doesn't make me pick games for some reason. Only the first round.
Wait, against the Jets?
Yes. Yeah, I've got the Avs. They're a
Wow.
wagon. I don't know if you've heard.
Yes.
And then I've got Edmonton over Vegas.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That
Definitely not a Homer
Yeah.
related call that I
Yeah.
just want to see Connor McDavid at all.
God. Yeah.
I've got Florida over Ottawa,
Okay.
and then I've got the Caps over Carolina.
This is not a great Caps team. They're not.
But they got Ovi.
Okay.
Now in the conference finals,
Yes.
I've got Edmonton over Colorado.
Wow. Let's let that sink a little bit.
McDavid gets back to a
Yeah.
Stanley Cup.
You want that more than you really believe it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till you
Yeah.
have my final. I've got the Caps over the Panthers.
Oh, man.
And then in the finals, we got Edmonton over the Caps.
Oh, did
to
I
win
give you the
cup.
winner? Did I give you the winner?
I think you did, yeah.
Montreal.
The Habs, yeah. All right, glad I clarified. But yeah, good stuff. I'll see if there's a way for me to tweet that link out in case anyone does want to
Yeah.
join in. We've got a Puck set up a little league through the NHL, the bracket challenge.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, even if you know nothing about it, you got just
Just
as good a
do it.
shot
Yeah.
as anyone else.
Just do it.
I think there's already 5 or 6 people in there. So, the other playoffs, I don't know a whole lot about. I don't know if you want to talk about it at all.
Honestly, I swear I don't
they-
even know who's in.
They finished the
don't care.
play-ins, the
Yes.
play-in tournament. Electric stuff.
It's just-
Electric.
It's so stupid.
But yeah. So this is the problem. Is I think.
Can I say this real fast?
Yeah, go for it.
The Cavaliers are a number 1 seed. I see it on the board up there.
Yeah.
How is that even possible? Who do they have on the team?
Donovan Mitchell,
Came from
Utah.
Utah over. Okay.
He's one of their scorers.
Okay. Is that guy Tristan? Is he still there? Thompson?
I don't
Tristan?
think so.
No.
What's the lordy, the Bucks up by 25, or the Bucks down by 25 to the Pacers right now in Game 1.
Is what's his face still with the Bucks?
Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. They suck.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, the Knicks are in it?
Knicks are a 3 seed. How about that?
Wow.
Celtics got the 2 seed. I think that that side sets up pretty well for them.
The Celtics?
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Celtics
I don't
are
care.
a lot of people's
I don't
pick
care.
for the finals, I think.
I think they won it last
out
year.
of the East. Did they?
I think so.
Don't know.
Don't care.
In the West, my Warriors, they won the first play-in game, so they got the 7 seed against the Rockets.
Who's on the Rockets?
They're a really young team, like really young.
So you guys
it'll
should be able to
be-
win this.
This is like the second time in the last 30 years that a 7 seed has been favored over a 2
Yeah.
in the first round.
They have all the experience. If this is a young team,
That is the
they're going to
big
choke.
difference.
Yeah.
Is all the playoff experience and coaching that they have versus the Rockets. And I think in Kerr's coaching tenure, they're 4-0 against the Rockets in the playoff series. So a lot of things going their way, but I don't think it'll be
an easy game or an
Okay.
easy series by any means. The Rockets have that piece of shit Dylan Brooks, and he was a former Grizzly, and him and Draymond are just going to go at it.
Are they the same position?
They're the same like type of role on their teams,
Okay.
like defender, enforcer.
Okay, so they're going to
not
be
very good on offense, but they'll just chip and chip and chip
Okay.
and get under each other's skin and other players' skin and play physical and
okay.
get a bunch of technical fouls and yell at the refs. Like they do the same thing.
Okay.
And they're gonna go at it.
Okay, I can't wait
They
to
don't
not
like
see
each
it.
other one bit.
I
Yep.
can't wait to not see it.
Your Lakers and LeBron and Doncic, 3 seed against the Timberwolves.
Is his son on the team still?
I don't know. I
Who
haven't heard his
cares?
name really.
Move on.
Nuggets and
Thunder?
Clippers could be a good one. Yeah, Thunder the whole year, like start to finish, #1 seed, never a doubt.
Who's on it?
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander,
No.
never heard of
No.
him. Some other guys.
They do have other guys on the team?
They got other guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not just one.
Have you watched a minute of NBA this year?
I turned on the playing games a couple times only because it was like, oh, they're on. But I like Warriors. I think one game.
Yeah.
I watched the one game where Klay Thompson came back to
Oh, how'd that go?
Golden State. I don't remember.
Now, did you lose interest in the NBA for a specific reason? Because you used
I
to
just
watch
don't-
it.
Yeah, I did when the Warriors were like in that little stretch.
Right. Now,
And
is that
even-
why you're not watching?
Even before that, I guess I followed it a lot more
Yeah.
because I don't like the style of play is just
Sucks.
different.
It's so
yeah.
bad.
I don't know. Like it's not as physical. It's a lot just chucking up shots. The defense is pretty subpar at times. Playoffs, I think it gets a little better because the games mean a little more, but it's almost that Major League Baseball effect of there's 82 games and this one in, November doesn't mean anything.
I know,
Like,
but in the
they're like-
80s and 90s, it was 82 games, and
Yeah.
these guys played a better brand of basketball.
That's true. So yeah, I think it's just the style.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
I've made it clear.
made it clear on who's actually ruined the game.
Yeah.
James Harden single-handedly
He is
ruined
one
the game.
player I don't like to watch at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just ruined it.
Yeah. Dead to me.
Dead.
Major League Baseball, still chugging along. I think we got about 140 games left.
Yeah,
But Yankees, how are,
Are
they
you-
doing?
they're okay. They swept somebody the other day, and they won a 1-0 game against Tampa yesterday. Maybe.
That was, yeah.
Rice got robbed of a 2-run home run. I don't know if you saw that.
I heard about that, yeah. We were driving home when that game was on.
Yeah, I mean robbed.
I was listening to the A's game.
It was a hell of a catch.
Yeah.
I mean, and they almost doubled. I forget who was on first.
Grisham?
I don't know, but they almost doubled. It was it was such a great athletic play.
Yeah.
All the credit, but oh my gosh, that
In that AAA ballpark.
Rice. It's going to be hard for Stanton. They should not even think about Rice is playing you don't want to cripple this kid's
Development.
He
Yeah.
is just so improved from last year.
I'm
And you're
wondering
gonna-
when teams are going to start to get a scouting report on him. Not that I don't think he's really good right now,
Well, they did last year.
but he hits like he only hits fastballs, it seems like.
Yeah.
Off-speed stuff he has trouble with. In that game where he went 4 for 5, it felt like the hits were all like you got to tip your cap. It's not like he's not missing the pitches that he wants. Like he gets fastball and he drives it.
I'd like to see him hit it to all fields because where's his ball normally go?
Pull.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the opposite fields two-run single a couple nights ago.
But it's not, okay. Have you ever seen a guy hit the ball the other way and it was a mistake and 2 runs scored?
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. Not that he's looking to take it the other way. Now, I could be dead wrong,
Yeah.
but just what I see,
Trying to pull it.
yeah.
They're tops in the division, though.
Yeah, 13-7.
Still undefeated.
What is the biggest surprise so far in games? I mean, you got 20 games basically played so far in the league.
Biggest surprise on the bad side would be the Braves for me.
Okay.
I'm not used to seeing them struggle that much,
Yeah.
and I feel like their roster hasn't changed a whole lot. I know they've lost some guys, but like, yeah, I don't. It's just shocking to see them at 6-13. That
Okay.
doesn't add up.
I
in
know
my
you're
head.
going to laugh at what I'm about to say.
Uh-huh.
I am surprised the Dodgers have lost 6 games.
Yeah, they're getting close to the number you said.
Because they only have they can only lose 15 games.
Yeah, so 9 more the rest of the way. Gonna be tough.
I mean, I'm not kidding when I say that. Now, I know Coach is a huge Giants fan.
Yeah,
Is he surprised with a 13-7 record,
not
or
at
he
all.
expects this?
He expects
So
it.
he is a delusional Giants fan.
They
then.
won. They won the spring training. They were hot
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
in. to
So
start
he
the
is
year.
delusional.
Yeah.
So he's not somebody you can talk seriously about. And I hate that. Now, do we know how Soto's doing?
He's not doing as good as I think people thought. And did you see that comment that he made the other day
No, tell me.
in the New York Post or whatever? He said, "Yeah, I get pitched to a little bit different without Aaron Judge hitting by me." Like,
Yeah.
oh, you think so?
Yeah. What a shocker.
So this year to start off, he's hitting 225 with 3 home runs, 8 RBIs.
Now, what is the biggest surprise? The 225.
The 225, yeah.
Because what have we always said? He's got
Well,
great
I mean, like,
eyes.
yeah, he's got great eyes and like he walks a lot, which it looks like he is still walking at a decent clip because his on base percentage is still 368. So
Okay.
he's getting on base other ways, but yeah, the hitting hasn't really come through yet, and it could be something as simple as that. Like they're gonna pitch to him. He's got 16 walks already this year, only 13 strikeouts. They're gonna pitch to him differently if he doesn't have that type of protection. Now, it is weird because the rest of their lineup is not bad at all. Like Pete Alonso is hitting, I think he's leading the league in batting average right now, hitting like 360, 370.
Yeah, but he's
Lindor-
not the threat of a 3-run home run though.
Alonso? He
Like
hits dingers.
Judges.
I-
I did say if he leaves, he will miss having that protection. I said
Yeah.
that. Now, did I think it'd be this?
Yeah.
Like at this early in the season, if he was batting 280, go, man, he's having a bad year so far.
Yeah. He'll get hot.
No, of course he will. But I don't think he's going to have the numbers he had last year. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, Alonso's hitting 348, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. The next closest on their team is 9 RBIs.
Oh, the Yankees, I think, swept Kansas City.
They did. Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And then have they won 2 now against the Rays?
No, I think yesterday was the first game. 1-0.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
They're not a good team.
They're getting hot.
They're
Who,
not
the
a
Rays?
good team. No, the Yankees.
They keep winning.
Look at their pitching staff.
Good teams win. Great teams
Okay.
cover.
All right. Their pitching is, what's his name? Heel, even though it should be pronounced Gill.
Oh.
He's still not there.
Yeah.
Has a setback.
Yeah.
They did nothing to improve their pitching in the offseason. Yeah, yes. They got
Brought in
Friel-
Stroman.
oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Brought him back. Carlos Carrasco, Cookie. He survived cancer. Pitching is no big deal to him. He's got a 5.9 ERA.
Okay, look at Rodon's.
Stroman, 11.5.
Look at Rodon's numbers. Where is it?
4.34 ERA for Rodon. 16 walks. That leads the majors for the most walks. You don't like to see that. Not great, Bob. He also leads the league in innings pitched. So
Okay, so
he's a
I'll
horse.
ask you this question right now. The first 5 guys there,
Yeah,
other than one guy,
yeah. The one guy who you said you hated, and I said he's not that bad.
right? Other
Just
than the
throwing that
one
out
guy,
there.
right? Other than why do they have an asterisk next? What is that?
They throw lefty.
Okay, What do you see there that you would love to have on the A's?
Other than the one lefty you said?
Yeah, the number 2 guy there.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah, nobody.
This is my point.
A's got
You are
good
the
staff,
you are the New York freaking Yankees,
Yeah.
and this is what you're sending out to the mound.
They're scrambling. No Cole. No Gill. No Stroman.
I really wish you would stop with that. I don't see anything that there isn't a single guy there that if I needed a game won, I can count on.
Freed.
I need you to stop saying that.
He's not bad. That's all I've been saying.
Okay, what's his numbers?
He has a 1.88 ERA. He's 3-0. He's allowed 23 hits in 24 innings.
How many walks?
Only 5 earned runs.
How many walks?
5 walks in 24 innings.
I may have to change my mind on this guy.
Like, he's not bad.
No, I didn't say he was bad. What I'm saying is
You don't like him.
what I said was I wanted another number 1. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
And he's not a number 1?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm wrong?
I think so.
You're telling me
he'd be a
you were
number 1 on a lot of teams.
You're telling me right now.
He's their number 1 right now.
At a default. I mean,
by default.
Yes.
Because the other guys are all AAA players.
Come on, man.
No, I'm just saying on a lot of teams, I think he would be a number 1 starter.
Yeah,
Not just because the Yankees are in shambles right now. Like,
okay, I have to reevaluate him then. I don't think he's what's his top, what's he throw, 98, 97?
No, he's more like a mid-90s guy.
Right. That's the other thing. There's no overpowering
Crafty.
to him. I want overpowering as your number 1 guy. He's going to throw seeds. Do you understand the intimidation of a ball coming inside at 100 or 99? I'm looking for that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that.
Yeah.
As a number 1, you'd want that.
Looks like, his average 4-seamer this year has been
That's
93.7.
terrible. That's terrible.
It's not terrible. He's still got, he throws like 5 or 6 pitches. He's got a sinker off of that.
He's crafty.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
As
he's
a number,
he's a pitcher. He's not a thrower.
As a number 3, he'd be so fantastic on your.
Look at the upgrade. You had a lefty in Nestor, and you got Max Fried. How
Oh
about
no!
that?
Oh no! This guy's not selling hot dogs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rethink it, but I don't think he's a number 1.
Can you filibuster? I really got to pee.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I don't think he's a number 1 there, Bench, as you're getting up to go pee. You understand what I'm saying? Plus, I'm not sure I like that stash in that picture. You know what I'm saying? 6'4", 190 pounds. No wonder he can't throw over 93. When you're 6'4", you should be around, 210, 215, getting that big butt into your pitches. I don't see it. 9 seasons. Okay, in 2023, ERA was 2.55. 2024, last year, you went on and got a guy that his ERA was 3.25. He had 29 games. What was his win-loss? Where is it? 11-10? And you're telling me he's a number 1? You're out of your freaking mind. I just wish you would stop peeing so I can come over and yell at you. I don't know. He's not a number 1. He would be fan-freaking-tastic as a number 3. I totally agree with that. Have no problem with him as a 3. But as a number 1, I don't get it. Cashman's done a horrible job for the Yankees in their pitching staff the last 3 years. Just horrible stuff. I think they got to go get somebody that's more aggressive and is willing to spend somebody else's money on pitchers because I don't like it. I think Bench just peed for 2 minutes straight. I think he just finished. Holy smokes. He held on for a while. Yeah, I think he just flushed. Holy smokes. You're done? Why? Hey. You're done with work? No, I'm on my lunch. Oh. My 11 o'clock one? Please? Yeah, the energy drink. Yeah. Did you hear anything I said?
Wow. Yeah, I heard a lot of it.
What am I wrong about any of it?
You said he was 11-10 last year, but I think wins are a bad stat. That's just me.
3.25.
That's good.
No.
Okay.
You're a Yankee.
All right.
The year before,
Yeah, wins are a terrible indicator.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm kidding about that. But the 2.55 in 2023 was pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. And then he got injured.
Yeah.
And then
it went
2024 was coming off of it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him starting off this year with a 3-0 record at a 1.88.
Love to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we got there? C4. My goodness.
What?
Those things will kill you.
If they don't keep you alive. Yeah. So I'm going to slightly disagree with you. He's not a number one Bench. I'm sorry. He's a number 3. I don't see it.
To each their own.
But I'm always right.
I'd take a 1.88 ERA any day as my number one. Right now I got Severino with a 4.8.
I told you he sucks. I told you.
He's caca, we know. My A's, they swept the White Sox over the weekend, or earlier in the week, I guess. So that was nice.
And it's
that's
gotta
a team.
kill you. You finally paid money.
Yeah,
Finally, your organization. You finally
forked out some dough.
you did, and you gave it to a guy that we threw out with the stuff people leave behind in the chairs at the stadium.
Then he just got picked up in Queens on the Mets. There you go. But yeah, he pitches today, I believe, if I recall correctly. They're playing the Brewers. Lost last night 5-3. But I mean, that division right now is wide open because it just doesn't seem like anyone in there is a complete team. Not that the A's are going to win it, but like
Well, pull up that division.
It's not like the years prior where it seemed like, all right, Houston's going to run away with it.
Right,
or
you always
Texas,
thought, right,
Texas
right.
is going to run away with it. Like, it's really there's like a bunch of teams that are all just kind of clustered right now. So Rangers are leading it at 12-8. The Angels have had a stupid hot offense lately, which is a bunch of guys that you've never heard of. I mean, they've got Trout, obviously, but a bunch of names that are stepping up. Seattle, 10-10. They're in the same boat they were last year. Pitching, fantastic. Offense, poopy. Houston at 9-10. I don't think people realized how good Kyle Tucker was, or maybe they just.
Oh, I knew how good he was.
I was going to say he's a really darn good hitter.
Yeah.
And so taking him out of that lineup.
Man, I wanted him.
Yeah.
No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah. You would.
I'm not kidding.
You would
I
love to have. A guy
Oh
like
my
that.
God, I would love to have
Yeah.
him.
And then the A's at.
Are you surprised at
9-11?
9-11? I'm surprised.
A little bit. They haven't played a lot of high quality teams yet. As far as like if you look
I understand
in those
that.
if you look in those divisions at like the
But you have
the top
nothing. You have
teams.
no talent.
they have a lot of young talent.
Yeah, it's young.
It's-
I thought
They
your
have-
record
they
would
have
be
the-
between Minnesota.
They have the
And
MLB
Chicago.
leader in home runs right now.
Okay.
So I don't know if you heard of him.
I haven't.
Tyler Soderstrom. He's got 9
Yeah.
in 20 games. He's
Excellent.
on pace for 100.
He'll look good in a Yankee uniform.
So yeah, like they've beaten some bad teams. They've also gotten crushed by some good teams. Like I think the series they had against the Cubs, 3 games at home, and they gave up 35 runs in 3 games. Like, so they've gotten crushed by some better teams. The series they're in right now is against Milwaukee, who's a pretty solid overall team. So
I know, but
we'll see
dude,
how
I
that
can't
goes.
believe it's still 9-11.
yeah, I mean at the
That's because what I'm saying is, dude, you're not too far away from first place.
no 3 games out.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's not like we're the Rockies who are
That's
already
what I'm
dead.
saying. Yeah.
But I mean, this is like the A's are a team that the last 60-something games of last year they were a 500 ball club. So like it's not like they're totally inept. I don't think their offense is a little.
How's that
streaky.
stadium going on over
Pitching's not great. I don't really know all the numbers as far as like has it been more offensive friendly. I just know they suck at home. They're 2-7 right now.
there? Okay, and no one's coming?
It seems like there's people there, but I haven't seen a shot of like the stands yet to see. Now, the announcer brought up the other day that
That woman?
no, it was the radio guy
Okay.
who's okay. That lady. Oh my gosh, she's so bad. But he made a
She's
comment
boring.
that the Kings had still been in season, and they're like the hot thing in Sacramento. Like there's a lot of Kings fans. Now that their season's over, they're wondering if more people will now start to go
Oh.
to the A's. I'm not sold, but just because baseball's a dying sport, nobody watches it. But at the same time,
Well-
they're pretty affordable tickets for a major league team.
Yeah, I'm going to push back on that.
Okay.
I understand what you mean
Yeah.
because nationally, and we've talked about this, nationally, it's a dying sport.
Yeah.
You can't put a national game on, and if you don't have skin in that game, as far as it's your team, no one's watching it.
Yeah.
Locally, though,
Yeah.
you go to Frisco, that thing's sold out, right? You go Dodgers, people show up late, but it's sold out. New York, obviously. But nationally, these games don't resonate like it did when I grew up. I mean, you watched baseball. It was the thing to watch.
Yeah.
People aren't doing that unless it's your team.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, attendance, I think is still pretty damn good.
Hmm.
You know, at these stadiums, but
Yeah. Comparatively.
but the
like the ratings.
ratings on a
Yeah,
national
nation.
thing, I don't think it's any good.
Yeah. Well, and this time of year they get absolutely slaughtered. NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs.
No.
Those Sunday night baseball games.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, it's 20 games compared to game 1 of a playoff game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I can wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and it'll be, well, maybe 45
Maybe
games.
45. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Still over 100 left.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really got to cut down on the number of games.
We've discussed this.
Yeah.
100 to me,
Yeah. What? You hear something? That's the youngest showering.
I thought he was going back to work.
I don't know.
He must have stunk it up.
Yeah. Maybe he didn't shower since he was late this morning.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Probably it.
Yeah. God, that kid. You know, he's my favorite.
He's a knucklehead.
He's a knucklehead. But yeah, it is dying nationally, but at their home places, man, except for Tampa, you know, nobody goes. There are certain places, but that's like no, not in football. Football doesn't matter.
Yeah. Bitch of the week. Who you got?
I'm so glad you asked. Your boy Steve Kerr.
What?
You didn't hear about it?
No.
So that moron, as you say, the B of the week, he had a press conference and he's wearing a Harvard T-shirt.
Okay.
So you understand what's going on with the Trump administration. They're not taking care of the anti-Semitic stuff going on campus at Harvard. Okay, and also they're not getting away with the men and women's locker room stuff like that. They're fighting against this. So he has the right to not, which I still don't understand. Your tax dollars, they pay millions of dollars to these universities, so he's stopping it.
Mm-hmm.
So your boy Kerr is ridiculing Trump for doing that. Now, do you know how much money the Harvard makes per year, basically, and doesn't need a cent from the government?
Yeah. just
So they hide
so
behind
much.
the thing of, well, it's for medical, what do you call it?
benefits.
You know, they do testing and they what do you call that? They
Research?
Research. That's
Okay.
the tough word I was looking for.
Yeah.
So that's what the government pays colleges for. Well, why don't you pay it to a smaller school that struggles,
Yeah.
right? And have
Doesn't
them
charge
do it.
like
Doesn't,
$100,000 in tuition.
right.
Yeah.
And so Kerr on his high horse again, this moron criticizing Trump. Why don't you criticize the NBA for dealing with China and having the Chinese imprison and enslave people? What are they called? The Uyghurs or something like that they enslave in China, and you guys are taking millions and millions of dollars from China. You don't criticize that. You don't criticize Harvard for the anti-Semitic stuff, right? But you're criticizing Trump that he's telling men should not be in women's locker rooms. So for that,
Pretty controversial.
you are the bee of the week.
Let's see. My bee of the week is going to be Dennis. That's right. Dennis, the umpire from the championship game. You bitch.
You got to let things go. You got to be more like me, where you just got to let things go.
Yeah, well, Dennis, if you're out there.
Now, does Dennis come by before the game? Is he one of those umpires, hey, coach, how you guys doing? You know, anything like that?
Not to the assistants, like just at the coaches' meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
But
it.
so he doesn't do anything before, like,
No.
okay. So he is a serious guy. This is,
Well, I did hear that he was like, giving the other team's players like high fives and hugs after the game. So that's a little suspect.
I wonder if he was Joey's dad.
Maybe. I wonder if he went to school there. But yeah, that's the type of stuff you expect,
I like to know if that's true. Just hearing it. I mean, if it's really,
No, but like,
because that's a common thing of when an umpire you say it's one sided.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we saw him and he
Yeah,
was
after
hugging
the
and high
game,
five. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But that's just a line you use. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But
That
if
must have
it's
come
true-
from coach.
I don't know. That's kind of all we got, really. Wasn't a whole lot of sports going
No.
on. There's playoffs are starting up, which will be fun to have something to watch
Right.
every night.
yeah.
You got a playoff game of some
Yeah, the
sort.
wife's gonna be thrilled.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, because I've stayed away from sports for a while
Yeah.
and just watched what she's wanted to watch. So
yeah,
that's
March Madness wrapped up.
right. So I stayed away. So I gave her that, and now I'm gonna go head first.
I'm sorry, the Habs are playing.
Well, she knows about that. Like
Okay.
that right there won't be. But she'll say, "Well, why are you watching this game?
Yeah, why are you watching?
Why are you watching
Stars
this
against
game?" Right.
Avalanche?
She she'll know why, but she won't know why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thing is, like, this is what kills me, and you tell me if I'm wrong. If you go into a relationship and your wife, before you got married, she was involved in, I don't want to be sexist here, but let's say in horses.
Yeah.
Like she loved horses and she would go ride. She would whatever the situation with horses are, right? And then you marry her, and then she goes, "Okay, I'll see." And she says, and you say, "Well, where are you going?" She, "Well, I'm gonna." Well, that's on you. You're a moron to think that she's just gonna give all that up,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's a conversation you have before you get married. So my wife, when she met me, we're literally just started dating in Montreal in 1986 is playing Calgary Flames in the Stanley Cup, but leading up to that is the playoff games, right? And I'm glued. You can't expect me not to be a sports fan anymore. This is who I am.
Yeah.
This is what you married into. This is what you were dating. You saw this. We would cut either I would leave somewhere with her early or show up late.
Tri-tip day?
or show up late because of a sporting event that
Yeah.
I'm watching.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
That's the deal.
But this is who I am.
That's the deal.
Look, if you came into the marriage knowing that I'm a crack dealer, it doesn't change just because we got married. This is what I do.
What a shot. Ball below his feet. No big thing.
Was it him or is this?
It was Scheffler.
Oh, okay.
This one looks tough.
This looks really, really tough.
Edge of a bunker.
Yeah.
You can't really finish your swing.
Wait a minute. Why isn't that ball being?
That's good.
marked.
Out. That's a great out.
Can you answer that question?
Yeah, I don't know. That was odd.
That is weird.
Like right in the line of where he could go.
Yeah, because let's say he came out a little bit right, and off of that hill it rolls
Yeah.
to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
Or was it not as close as we think? Was it the camera angle? No,
No, I mean,
that
no.
is that could have touched. I had a on 15.
What's the
one that
ruling on that?
you where his ball gets replaced, and where yours ends up stays.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
So
have to
you-
play it as whatever happened.
yeah.
So if it came out like a screamer and knocked Scheffler's ball another
Scheffler
15
goes-
feet.
Scheffler goes back to where he was,
Oh.
and you are where you ended up.
Oh, I see.
So Scheffler being on, you see
Doesn't-
where it
doesn't
is,
penalize him.
see where it is,
Okay.
and here's the thing: like, let's say you're both hitting from the fairway,
Mm-hmm.
you hit on top of his ball.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't have hit on top of his ball. Where your ball goes, that's on you. Where his ball, he can't run up to it
Yeah.
and mark it because you're both hitting from the fairway. So the closest to where everybody thinks it was, you replace it over there.
Good to know.
You're welcome. Oh, Scheffler is at 10. He was at 8, went to 9. Guess who's surging?
Scotty.
And this is for birdie. And what would you say this is distance-wise?
3.5 feet.
I would say 3.5 feet. And he canned it. Dude,
Boom.
he's at 11. Guess
It's-
who's going to win
It's
his
moving day,
back-to-back?
baby. It's moving day. JT had one good round. Got to play all four.
Yeah. Yep.
Movie time. I do not really have anything. I didn't watch a whole.
That kid
lot of
went and watched
stuff.
the movie. I wish he was here.
Oh yeah.
Sinner?
You know what? I vaguely.
Can you
Michael
pull
B.
the-
Jordan? I think that's the one.
I think he's in
uh,
it. He said it was phenomenal.
Really? I
He
think
sa-
Eldest said that. Eldest said that in the car the other day, and I was like, I've never heard of that. Didn't know it was out. And he said, "Oh yeah, I guess it's really good."
Like is it like an action, like gory type of movie?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. Can you go down one? No, just pull it down again. What is that? Horror? Yeah, that's what he said. Horror adventure.
Horror. Oh gosh.
But he said it's not like that.
2025 American period action horror film. Set in 1932.
Yes.
in
Yeah, he said it was in the third.
Mississippi.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
He
Film
said it was
stars
phenomenal.
Michael B. Jordan. Oh, he plays two people.
Yeah, he plays
Oh, it's like
brothers.
the Legend movie with Tom Hardy.
Well, it's also like what's that guy that started Facebook or Face?
Zuckerberg.
Yeah, that movie, whatever that movie, the two brothers. The one guy played it. The guy that played is the actor that is in trouble because he kept telling women that he would
Oh, Eat Them.
yes.
Army Hammer.
Yeah, that's it. He played both
He
of the
played
brothers.
both
he played,
of the
he played,
Winklevoss twins.
Yeah, he played both the
Had
brothers.
no idea.
Yeah.
That's news to me. Wow.
Yeah. So it's like that. But he said some of when they're in a room together, he said, I don't know how in God's name they did it. It was unbelievable. You don't even know it's the same person. It was that good.
So yeah, plays in a dual role as twin brothers who return to their hometown to start again, only to be confronted by a supernatural evil. Ooh.
But he says, I know, but he says it's not like that, but it's like that. So I don't know what he meant by it. He said it is unbelievably great movie.
Wow.
No.
You don't hear that often nowadays.
That's what that kid should go into.
Reviews? Like a movie critic?
Something to do with movies. I mean, he is so crazy about, he knows things that it's insane to me. Like, why would anybody know about?
Yeah.
Like a producer or a director. Who cares?
He's passionate about it.
He really is.
Yeah.
And I've crushed his spirit on it. I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
All right, so for movie time for me is I like I told you, I got back into Scrubs. I'm watching it. I'm praying the rumors that they're going to get back together and do it again are true. You forget how brilliant it is. I've never watched a show that can make you laugh and 30 seconds later make you cry. Like you're so emotional about something, and they do it, and it's clever as hell. You've never seen it.
No.
Waste a human being.
Yeah.
You're such a waste. Here's the thing, and I told you about this. When you watch Seinfeld, the first episode, you're like, why is anybody saying that this is great?
Yeah.
It took them a while to get, into their lane, if you will. This came out of the gates, just like Cheers did, just came firing out, being brilliant. And all the characters stayed pretty much what they were, and it's unbelievable. If you watch the first episode, if you ever watch that first episode, you'll understand what I'm saying, and you'll get hooked. And you'll say, okay, this is so brilliant. I dare you to watch an episode.
All right.
The first one.
What do you watch it on? Do you remember?
I think it's Hulu.
Hulu. Okay. Yeah. That's one of them.
No, but like it's right next to another, an app that I have. So Hulu's above it, and I forget what the one below it is. Can you name another one that?
Apple TV, Netflix.
Netflix.
HBO.
So I think Netflix is right next or right below.
Okay.
So I can't remember which one
Is it green or black and red?
No. That's what I'm saying. I know Hulu is the green one.
Oh, okay.
So, but I can't remember if that's the one I stop at and
Does
hit
it start
it.
with an H or an N?
Oh my God, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Is it 4 letters or 6?
Very funny.
Okay.
But what I'm saying to you is just try it. Just the first episode. Because if I told you that with Seinfeld and nobody else had raved about it and what have you, you'd go, man, this is terrible. And I would get it. This you would not. And it's so freaking funny. And yeah, I love the show. And I'm hoping it comes back because there's really nothing out there to watch.
Yeah, I didn't would have liked to hear if Youngest watched that Last of Us season 2. I didn't watch the first episode.
Oh, I did. Can I talk about it?
Sure, no spoilers, but yeah. Oh boy.
No spoilers. So what do you mean by no spoilers? Can I tell you my opinion on what I thought of the show?
Yeah, don't give me a breakdown.
Okay, so I'll give you a breakdown of what the Youngest, as far as grading it.
Okay.
He gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I give it a 4 out of 10.
Okay.
It was horrible. And I don't know, can you mute this for 3 seconds, both of us?
Sure.
Can I say that?
Sure, if you want. It's your opinion.
Ugh.
What's wrong with it?
Okay, because apparently what I just told you off air,
Yeah.
on social media, everyone's talking about it. That's what the Youngest has said. Because he overheard Mrs. Legend and I talk about it.
Okay.
And then he walks into the room and he says, "Oh my gosh," and he's laughing. I didn't even know he was in the house.
Yeah.
And he says, I go, what are you doing? And he says, "Oh, everyone's ripping about what you're saying." And I said, "Really?" I said, "There's that scene at this dance thing where it's not normal looking." That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
As far as the show goes, it's horrible.
Well,
It really is. It's horrible.
I'm gonna have to get Miyagi on in a couple weeks or so after there's been a few episodes,
Yeah.
just to hear his takes, because I'm sure he's watching and has his own takes as well. But
So we were not excited about seeing it because of how it.
yeah.
So we said okay, and then there is that happening again.
Ah, nice.
But okay, so I'll end it with this, and then we'll move on. So I liked it when they were traveling.
Yeah.
They're in a community right now,
Mm.
a communal thing. Remember, he
Yeah.
met his
Yeah.
his brother, and
Yeah.
okay, I don't like that.
Mm.
I don't like all these other characters in it. I like it where you're traveling, having to fight, protect yourself from. You do see these creatures a lot more this time.
Even in the community thing.
Yeah, you do get to see them a lot more, which is really bizarre looking.
Yeah.
But they didn't only have to fight them; they had to fight people, right? Remember, they had to fight
Yeah.
other people. So I like that. Just the two of them. They had the bond together. I watch your back, you watch my back type of deal, and and the profanity now. Not that I'm but every 3 seconds she's just swearing, like for no particular reason.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no.
Doesn't add anything.
It didn't add anything.
Yeah.
It kind of detracts from it. That's not necessary type of deal, you know? So, yeah, she and I looked at each other and we're like, okay, we'll give it another episode and see if they steer away from,
Yeah.
but it was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't have high hopes for it, that's for sure. But I don't know.
Oh, shoot. It's 12:30.
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
I'm going to get killed.
We're pretty soon.
Yeah.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
Top 5 things that we'd make each other give up
Yeah.
if it meant that our teams all got championships in 1 year.
Okay, here are mine for you
Okay.
that you would have to give up. Would you do these things?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Would you then, with me giving you this top 5 of the
Yeah.
things you'd have to give up, is it worth you getting the Mount Rushmore of victories?
I see.
Are you ready for it? Or you didn't know this is the way it was going? I
No,
thought it
no,
was
yeah.
clear.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I like the addition of like the do you accept these
Yeah,
terms
that-
type
yeah,
of
yeah.
thing. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's what you're going to have to give
I
up.
forgot
Okay.
to throw in, this also means I get a Michigan national championship, Michigan basketball national championship.
No, it's just the 4 major
Ah,
sports.
alright.
Okay, so here we go. So the 4 major, we talked about the 4
UConn? You
majors.
don't get UConn.
No, I'm just talking about the 4 major.
You've had 2 UConns. It's not a big deal. It's women's one this year. It's basically 3-peat.
That's right. Come on. All right, so here we go.
All right.
Number 1, you would have to give up coaching
Okay.
for an entire year. Number 2, you would have to give up hanging out with the bros.
Could stop the list there.
I was wondering because that's why I stopped. So I'm talking about an entire year where you can't go golfing with them. You can't go watch games with them. You can't do the meeting at someone's house and you guys are, doing the birthday parties or whatever, the Christmas gathering. Okay.
Wow.
You want me to stop?
Keep on going.
Okay.
I got to hear the 5.
Okay. The third one would be you'd have to give up the red meat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That sucks.
Yes, that was number 3. Number 4, you'd have to give up what you keep spitting into that thing right there.
Oh, okay. That'd be easy.
Oh, it would be. I thought that'd
Yeah.
be. I thought that would be in the top 3 of the hardest things to give up. Not number 1, but at least in the top 3, the hardest.
I don't think so. No.
Huh.
Yeah. It's not like an addiction thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it more like a cigar where
Kinda.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mistook it because you're always doing it. So I just
Yeah.
thought it was more of a.
No.
You've kind of addicted to it. Okay.
No.
Number 5, and there's a couple of things in the head, and I don't know which way to go to it. See, if I said golf, it wouldn't crush you. It'd bother you, but it wouldn't crush you because
True.
you've been away from it for so long.
Yeah. I don't play it often enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Number 5 would be fast foods like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And by the way, I want to do that. I haven't had it. The
What?
thing you sent?
Oh, I haven't either.
Oh, I thought you had it.
No, I
because it
just
said
saw
it's
the
coming
article
back.
and I thought it was
But-
funny
and
because
they've had it before. I didn't even know that.
who?
Taco Bell.
Oh yeah. We
I
made
didn't
fun
know.
of we made fun of it one time.
We did.
when it for the taco nuggets. We made fun of
Oh,
it.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Because I get McDonald's and Burger King and
Yeah.
those places, but I don't get a Taco Bell. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. Hit me. Oh, by the way, answer the question.
No shot I could give all those things up for a year. Yeah, that'd be tough. Even like just the,
Okay, you
just
give
the
me
just the first 3.
Okay, so give me the order of the first 3 that you're saying backwards. That in order, reverse order
Would be
of
the most difficult.
the last one would be the most difficult. So
Oh,
the
last
third
one
one,
would be the most
third.
difficult.
So 3, 2, 1.
Oh, 3, 2. Okay.
So this would be the third most difficult, second most difficult, and there's no chance in any lifetime
I'm
of me giving
forgetting I'm forgetting the list now already.
Okay, so one was red meat, 2 was the Taco Bell. I'm not in order.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
going. Friends,
Friends.
the chewing thing,
Yeah.
giving up coaching.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Okay.
So I think 3 would be coaching.
Okay.
2 would be red meat. 1 would be hanging out with the guys.
Yeah, you would rather die than
Yeah.
not being able to hang
Yeah.
out with the. Yeah.
Like that'd be terrible.
No, it would be like you
Just
can't
having
breathe.
to like walk by their house and wait. Hey, how's it going?
No, you can't even do
No,
that.
you can't even do that.
You
Yeah.
can't even do that.
No sight.
Nothing.
No sight line of it.
No phone calls.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
I have to pull my kid out of sports.
Yeah.
Just can't see.
You have to go to another
Get ready.
school district. Yeah.
We're moving out of state.
Right. Yeah.
For
Okay, for me.
for you,
Yes.
number 1 would be golf.
Okay,
at the
I'm
club.
done.
Yeah, see ya.
Let's go.
Number 2 would be ribeye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's more important to me
Golf
The
or
golf or the-
ribeye.
because seriously, there is nothing better than a perfectly cooked
Yeah.
ribeye.
Number 3 would be energy drinks.
Oh, I didn't even think you were gonna do that. That is,
Number 4.
man, you're playing hardball. Was it
Would-
because of the friends? Is that why?
Yeah, I think so. Number 4 would be TV shows. So no more TV watching.
Oh, shows.
Shows.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm good with that because I got my sports.
Number 5. I didn't know if I wanted to take away sports because you did win all of them. And you want to watch them again.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, they got to defend
Yeah,
their championship.
right.
But I'm going to I think sports would be 5 because, yeah, then you wouldn't be able to, like, what if they
You can't
won
enjoy it.
What if they won it again?
Yeah, but you couldn't
they-
enjoy it.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to watch it.
No. Yeah, I'd rather suffocate than that.
Yeah.
You know, it sucks
So you're
because
3 now. You got your top 3.
Okay, so you said golf, red meat.
Ribeye in particular.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But, yeah.
Golf, ribeye,
Energy drinks.
energy drinks,
TV shows.
TV shows.
And sports.
Okay, so it would be because sports, ribeye, and golf in that are the three most important.
By giving up the energy drinks.
I mean, I'm dying anyways, right? So, golly, man. Oh my gosh. The golf is going to be given up eventually anyways, because I'm not going to have that time anymore.
True.
And you know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so it would be golf 3, oh my God, what do I do? The ribeye or the sports? I would ask you, what would you do between the ribeye and the sports?
I think I gave you a little bit of a leeway with only the ribeye, because you could still have other types of steak.
Yeah.
You could still have the ground beef or whatever
Yeah.
else you want. So I think sports would be the hardest one
Yeah.
for sure to give
And
up.
you know, this is my, like, it's blood
Yeah,
for me.
exactly. Yeah.
I don't think I can. I honestly, like, I look at the youngest, right? He doesn't have the passion for that, but he has it for movies and
TV,
shows,
yeah.
right? Okay, so I don't even understand him, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, the eldest and I have a connection because of sports
Yeah.
and the conversations we have in this. And I just don't understand people that don't have that passion. Sports would be number one.
Yeah. That'd be just so weird. A whole year with never turning a game on.
Yeah.
What do you do?
And here's the thing, though, with that. And that's all sports.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's those 4 majors. It's
yeah.
all sports.
Can't
So
turn on golf.
you can't watch the tennis championships, the majors. You can't do the golf. You can't bowling.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine? I'd be the biggest fan of curling just because it's sports. You know what I mean?
Darts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ping pong. Ping pong.
It's so funny.
Yeah. I saw there's this like clip that showed up on my TikTok, and it was 2 guys on a podcast, and they were both doing Christopher Walken impressions back and forth to each other. And I thought about that Balls of Fury movie where he says, "Bing bang."
Have you seen the movie?
Balls of Fury?
Yeah.
Yeah, a long
Phenomenal.
time ago. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's funny.
Oh, it's so
like, yeah.
when he walks in.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Artichoke. And he's so calm as
Yeah.
a villain.
I don't know how he can stay so serious.
But
with such
here's the thing.
silly
But here's the
lines.
thing, though. If you watch him in interviews when he's on talk shows and stuff from
Yeah.
years ago, he literally, and he doesn't understand. Like, he'll say something, everybody's busting. I'm like, he's just looking around. He can't understand.
This is how I
Because
talk.
it's just the way I talk. He's like, he had a couple with David Letterman before Letterman turned into a buffoon.
Yeah.
And he's just standing. He has no idea why the audience is just rolling. But he's just like, right, I just went over there. And everyone's dying. But yeah, he is so funny. But what's crazy is he started out like Leslie Nielsen from Naked Gun.
Yeah.
He started out as a serious actor. Leslie Nielsen turned into just a brilliant buffoon in these movies.
Yeah.
Airplane and
Yeah.
Naked Gun and what have you. But oh man, Christopher Walken, it's just phenomenal. Just absolutely phenomenal. I love the guy.
Yeah.
Right. He has one. It's a serious. He's a killer. And I forget who's sitting in the chair that he's going to end up killing. Is it
You don't remember the name
Joe
of the movie?
Pesci? I don't. Man, he is a mobster. And but do it on YouTube if you can, because there's a guy sitting in a chair. Is it Joe Pesci maybe sitting?
Is that the one?
But there's a
Suicide Kings?
I don't know when that was. Is there somebody sitting in a chair? What's that one? Oh, Dennis Hopper. That's the one. Is that
Okay.
the same movie? Dude, this scene. He's unbelievable.
True Romance.
Okay, yeah,
That's the name of the
that's
movie.
it.
Okay.
He is unfreaking believable.
Seen
the-
written by Quentin Tarantino.
The heartlessness. Yeah, later pull it up so you can hear it. Just this scene. Just this scene. Look at him. He's such a mother, man. Such a mother. And you know why that hand is so?
What happened?
Well, you'll see.
Oh, okay.
Look. Oh man. He knows what's coming.
Yeah, he looks like a real slimy guy
Oh,
in that
dude,
role.
it's
Yeah.
freaking believable.
Oh, this can't be good. Oh. 2 in the skull.
Unbelievable. But the dialogue,
Yeah.
you're on edge. The
Yeah.
dialogue
Yeah.
between Hopper and him is just freaking unbelievable.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Let's
That
wrap
is
up.
it.
You
Yeah.
Gotta, you got to get somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
in so much trouble right
Yeah.
now. I'm only about 40 minutes late.
What are you working on?
I don't know yet.
Yeah. Just
I
whatever
don't
they
know.
need.
Yes.
Puck.
Yeah.
Puck's busy watching hockey.
Oh
You
yeah.
Can't help out.
Yeah.
Rate the show.
You rate the show.
No, you go first.
Let me go first. I'm gonna go 9.75
Okay.
for no sports. The story time stuff is fantastic.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 9.76.
You're an SOB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just slightly better than what you give it. But
It's
for no guess, we held it down pretty well.
not bad.
Good
And by the
filibuster
way-
by you while I took a 2-minute pee.
Yes,
That
you
was
did.
good.
I
Yeah.
had no idea it was that late. I swear to you, because
Oh, yeah. It was
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So it wasn't drag, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
it was good.
not at all.
I mean, I can't wait for the criticism from
yeah.
CGOC and others, and
He always says that, and he gives us 9 out of 10. It's like,
he
all
really
right.
does, or 4 out of 5.
Yeah, 4
which
out
is
of 5.
fantastic. Yeah.
3 out of 3.
Right. Yes.
He doesn't really get the rating scheme.
No, he
but
really doesn't understand it.
That's his fault.
I'm
not
still
ours.
trying to get his youngest on the show, the Prodigy.
Oh, yeah.
Did that get through?
It did. Came out to the right side, though, and then
Goodbye. Ooh.
sayonara.
Oh, buried.
Yeah. Look at that nice window that he had.
Look how
How
high.
I would say, how did he keep that so
Yeah,
low?
how do you keep it that low when pulling it that high? But it's finished.
I
Didn't
would say
finish.
it's
Yeah.
where the hands finish.
Yeah.
But
Look how far back
for
in the
that
stance.
for that shot, I would never lift my hands. that
No.
high.
Look how he's hitting off of pebbles. Not from the Flintstones. Look at his feet. Jeez Louise.
All right. As always, thanks for listening. You can find our show on YouTube. Balls Out Sports Talk is the channel. You can find the live shows there. You can find us on Twitter at Balls Out Sports. I did release the hate bracket last week.
Oh, we didn't even cover that
We
today.
didn't, but there was only like 3 responses.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it out there a little
Okay.
longer.
All right.
But text that to your friends. I need to text it to Youngest because I know he's a good distributor of
Yeah.
that to
Yeah.
some of his coworkers and
Yes.
buddies.
Yep.
Oh, that's a tough line
Oh,
there.
that's not going to be good.
CJC, want a little more golf talk before we finish?
I
Yeah.
had one in a bunker in 15 like that.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm like this.
Yeah. Downhill slope.
Oh, yeah. It was
Not
brutal.
fun.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah. He's got a short-sighted pin here too. Even worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, Twitter, YouTube, and yeah, ballsoutsportstalk@gmail.com if you want to email us.
Yeah, come on now.
It's open. Yeah, there's stuff in there. For Legend, I am Bench. You've been listening to Balls Out Sports Talk, and as always,
Tell a friend. I haven't done that in a while.
yeah.
Ooh, how they give you heat. Baby,